Can you hear me, chat? Can you hear me? Wah, wah, wahoo! Hi, chat. How are we feeling? How are we feeling today, chat? How's everybody doing? Yeah, how's everybody doing? There we go. Oh, thank you for the sub. Oh my god, you've been with me for a whole last month, yo. Hi Dracus, hello everyone. Hello. Hi Dracus, hi Momorin, hi Ashley. How are we all doing today? Are y'all ready for some insanity? Okay. Yes, are y'all doing good? Lovely. You've been waiting all day? Momorin. Okay, let me, okay. You guys know how many slides there are. That's why you guys are here. And heart emoji. I love all of you guys. If any of you guys actually manages to sit through the entire uh, thing, you guys are legally allowed to propose to me. Yes. Yeah, to anybody who finished it, yeah, thank you for coming to the Biscree seminar. Anybody who will be able to complete the entire PowerPoint seminar from start to finish shall be eligible in asking for my hand in marriage. Thank you very much. Ah. Okay, lovely. And what else is there? Okay, let me just brief you guys on 1000% no incentive needed. You have me at OC already. Okay. You know what, chat? Okay, let me run you down too. There's a new channel redeem just for this stream, and that is Take a Break, aka this is gonna be a fucking long ass PowerPoint. So if you guys ever wanna be like, whoa, Bisque, slow down, take a break, take a sip, chill out, quiet time. Just redeem that. You just redeem that whole sucker for me, okay? Yeah, the 1000 sucker. You got it? Capiche? Are y'all ready for some OC? Woo! I can't believe this. Thank you for listening to me about this, chat, because I love them. Also, if you can see in my pinned, check the pinned comment. That is the Canva. That is the Canva for this. It's a PowerPoint. So please, if you want, it's interactive. So feel free to peruse at your own pace. Okay? Also, my Miku figure came in. I love you, Goldie. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. It's posted on my Twitter. Okay. Oopsie. Ooh, you found a little bit. You saw a little bit. Okay, now let me display. Also, chat, I just want y'all to know, I literally just finished the thing, like, my art assets at, like, 9:45 p.m. Everything was finished at 9:45 p.m. I've been working on this on and off for, like, a week, and I pushed through it for the past 2 days, okay? So... Oof. There we go, lovely. And let's get some soundtrack on here. That's good? Is that good, chat? Okay, lovely. Okay. Let's ready up the other thingy majiggy too, because there will be one specific, I need to open up another tab just for the music that I have readied. Why isn't it? Why won't it be found? Wait a second, chat. I'm having some issues, TM. Is that it? Why won't the other YouTube video get found? Like, bro, get found, yo, get found. Okay. Why won't this one get found? It pisses me off. Okay. Window capture. Music. Yes. There we go. Finally. Okay, chat. Let's start this thing. Okay, is the audio all okay? Audio Gucci? Let's start the power fucking point. Present, baby. Okay, hello. Oh shoot. Let's move this a little bit to the side. Shrink it just a tiny bit, just so my beautiful face doesn't have to hinder any of it. Also, I think I accidentally deleted something. Oh well, I'll fix it later. Where's my TTS2? Where's my TTS? Yeah, my TTS got fucking yeeted off. Okay, there we go. Okay. I am ready. Let's go. Okay, let's start. Hello everybody, welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on Biscry Delusion Time. Hello, you will find me, the one, the only, Biscry, VT, just, no, I don't have VT in my name. I lied. But yes, you will find me going absolutely insane over this Hunter x Hunter OC that I've been brain rotting for about a month now. I think it's been a month. I'm not sure. Momorin, check me on that. So why? Why did I did this? Why must I subject myself to the suffering? You can see that it's 81 fucking slides. Why is it like this? I ask myself that question every single day. I ask myself, why must I make an 81 slides about my OC? Well, here. Why did I make my OC? Listen up. It's because this fucker, he isn't even my favorite character. Leorio is absolutely nowhere near my favorite character, mind you. My favorite character, for context, is Killua because, you know, he's so cool. And also, he's like pining for his first crush, yo. That's like, oh my god, you know? Plus all the whole self-hate, blah blah blah. The arc's really good. And then I like Kurapika because I like the whole self-destruction thing. Lovely to see it. Also, those fucking eyes are cool badass thing. But Leorio got shafted. He was one of the main 4 characters. And then Togashi just said, peace, yo, peace. Also, if I make any mistakes about canon, please do correct me, okay? So yes, I want him to have a cool fight scene. I need him to have a cool fight, and he has to have a villain. And of course, because he will have a villain, that villain will be his narrative foil. And speaking of narrative foils, the narrative foil will make him bisexual. Because Canon Leorio is straight up bisexual. You cannot. The first moment I saw Leorio, and that man is a bisexual man. Specifically, type of bisexual man is that he is a bisexual man who doesn't know that he's bisexual. He is the in denial bisexual. We all, all bi-pan people go through that somehow, more or less, you know. There we go. Yes, PSA to watch Hunter x Hunter if you haven't. Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, lovely. So, yeah, the thing is, he doesn't know though. In the story, he doesn't know that he's bisexual. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna make him realize that he's bisexual. And it's because I wouldn't have to do this if Hunter x Hunter wasn't in the middle of the hiatus. But you know what? He can take as many breaks as he need to because health is a whackers. I understand that. Absolutely. So, while he's taking a hiatus, I shall be driving myself insane. And I am unwell. I am just straight up unwell. TM. I spent way too many nights staying up until 3 a.m. talking to Momorin over call and say, hey, what if? You know? And also, lastly, blame Momorin. You see that? You see that person over there? Up top? Mochi Matcha Momo? Yeah, Momorin? Yeah. You're the culprit. What do you mean, humpst? Okay, here's the table of madness. I just want y'all to know that everything here is like interactable, baby girl. Look at that. Look at that. It's all interactable, so you can come back to this. Isn't that so cool? So, of course, we're gonna continue on. I made this interactive chat. I linked everything. So here, continuing. So, hello, yes, this is Dr. Kane Brightfield. You finally have a face to the name. His name is Dr. Kane Brightfield, but we never call him Kane. Okay, we never call him Kane. We just call him Bright and Brightfield. Okay, because look at me. Look at me in the eye and tell me that he is a Kane. No, he is not a Kane. He is a Brightfield. Yeah. Bright, I love you. Oh, God. Okay, wait. Let me get another pillow because my chair is too short for me. No, he's so pretty. I'm crying. Yes. Actually, authors knows. You see these fucking colors? You see that shading color that I used for like the shading color for the hair? Yeah, that's Kurapika's hair color. The lighter hair color is a paler version of Kurapika's, yes. And I made him pale as fuck. The color I used to blush him, like very, very lightly airbrush, was Kurapika Scarlet. He wears nothing but black and white. He's a monochrome bitch that he is. Yeah. And his eye color, you see that fucking gray there? That specific shade of gray? I grabbed that from Kurapika's gray eyes. And the blue, yeah, the light blue there, that's, I decided to give him a blue tinted eye because, as an homage to the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter, yes. And he doesn't have any highlights in his eyes. Absolutely not. Maybe he'll get highlights during the Black Whale arc. Things that happen in the Black Whale arc, sure, he can get a highlight then. Okay? Not at the start of Black Whale, but sometime during Black Whale, he can get highlights, okay, in his eyes. But for now, no. He has just white pupil, white iris? Yeah, very white irises, the very middle. He does not have highlights. There we go. Also, yeah, I hope you like him, chat. Yes, he is praying. Because this guy is Catholic. So, art reference says, woo! Okay, here is all of the art that I've made. I wish I could have drawn more, but it's been a while. Okay, so here's Bright 1.0. The shorts were just not fucking working, and he kind of looked too much like a dictator and not enough like a doctor, because this was supposed to be a lab coat and it was supposed to pin it on. Nah, it was giving too much dictator vibes, and that was not the vibe, yo. So I kind of went with a more... Also, yes, he's taller than Leorio, because everybody is shorter than Leorio, so I wanted to switch it up a bit, okay? They are wearing heels, so maybe... they are the same height that Leorio? No, they're just a little bit taller than Leorio. Not counting the fuck, yeah. It just looks like they're the same height because Leorio has tall as fuck hair. Okay. So, yes, this is a Bright 2.0. I was giving him more, asylum vibes, straight jacket BB, you know. And I decided to give him a shitload of buttons because that's where the thing is. Because I really like the silhouette of this one, but I just didn't like the dictatorship. Anyways... I decided to try and go the Togashi route and just like put random stripes on the shirt, but I wasn't feeling that because I wanted to get the shape of a fucking rib cage, but no, it wasn't working, chief. And I knew that I wanted to give him thigh highs ever since the beginning. It was not questionable. Also, I wanted to give him like black clothes inside, white outside. You know, stormtrooper that bitch, the evil that's with inside. Anyways, yeah. You can see that's under one. Kinda the sexiest fucking work clothes you'll ever see. TM. And he slays. Okay, lovely. You see that? Also, yeah, that's a necktie thingamajig that is to his pouches. Because his pouches contains his emergency surgery tools. Okay, yes, he does have the sexy gloves TM. And his hair is kinda giving Lycorilis vibes, right? The red spider lily. Continuing. Pajama Leorio's definitely a pajama pants, no shirt guy, absolutely. And yes, he is a dramatic bitch that just wears a giant ass robe and nothing else underneath. And he has detachable sleeves because he does cook and he does do other stuff. So he does have detachable sleeves. And here's his casual outfit. Yeah, okay? Okay, capiche, capiche. Yeah, very cozy, not gonna lie. There we go. I love the robe the best. Yes. Hi, Danny. The PowerPoint's available. It's 81 slides. If you know Hunter x Hunter, you know, you're gonna have a great time. If you don't know Hunter x Hunter, you can see me go insane. Okay. And here, so I need you to remember this Victor guy, okay, chat? I need you to remember that Victor guy. You see this? You probably wonder, hey, why is Bright's clothes so fucking weird? Why can't he be normal? Look at Leorio. Look at Bright. Bro, they're both doctors. Why is your doctor so sexy, bro? Ahaha, ahaha. Well, blame Victor because he was like, bro, your outfit is so boring, TM. Victor, by the way, is Bright's evil ex-boyfriend, yo. 81 slides. Yes, I made this on and off for like a week, but mostly I did all of the work in yesterday and today. Yeah, most of the work. So let me introduce you. Perfect timing, Danny, by the way. Meet Dr. Kane Brightfield. Nobody calls him Kane. We all call him Bright or Brightfield, okay? So here he is. I just literally drew this specific illustration just for today. That's why I was a little bit late. Yeah. Perfect timing. Yeah. You're just at an introduction. So, he's 22 at the beginning of the story. He's always 2 years older. Wait, is it 2 years? Fuck. 19, 20, 21, 22. Fuck it. 3 years older. He's always 3 years older than Leorio. Okay? Leorio Paladinite. Oh, you guys probably should need some visual aids. Here. Here's Bright and here's Leorio. Okay. Bright is always 3 years older than Leorio. Okay. So you see, he's an underground doctor, and he's underground doctor. He doesn't have an alias because his secret's protected. Okay, and also and is he a good person? No, because he has killed people. Granted, it was because the mafia people wanted to kill him first, but he's the one who works with the mafia anyways. And not just one mafia, he works for all of the mafia, TM. All of the, yeah. And payment organs. Why is this payment organs? He's a cannibal. Hi guys, yes, I made a cannibal character! Woo! Yes. Leorio looks older? Yes, Leorio is a fucking 19, baby! Look at that, ye olden ass man. Look at that, 19, you fuck. Yeah. So, let's showcase first his character, his voice claim. No, not the fucking 16. Shit. Nope. Okay, voice claim. We gotta go over here. Yeah. Gotta go over here. I prepared this shit, chat. I prepared this. Now, where is it? Yeah. And now we're gonna shift over to the music. TM. There. You see that shit? Okay, there we go, chat. That's his voice claim, TM. Voice claim, for the people who didn't know, is like, if Bright were to have a voice by anyone in the entire fucking world, that's what he would sound like. So yes, it was Luz, and it's this specific song too, because I just like the softness in this one, right? Okay. Can you hear it properly? So you get what he sounds like, right? So this you making a Hunter x Hunter OC? Yes. Actually, I've had this Hunter x Hunter OC, just the base idea, cooking up since like months now, but I've never acknowledged it. TM. But because I talked to Momorin, I ended up, actually exploring the idea. So that's how Bright would hypothetically sound like. Hi, Dracus! Okay, lovely. Let's get back to this. Okay. So, as you can see, that's his voice claim. And now here's his character song. Yes. Here's his character song, Babi. Let's skip to the fucking lyrics, baby. Because the... Oh, shoot. Oops. There we go. Fixed it. So yeah, the lyrics here basically is the entire backstory of him, type of beat, and how his feelings were left by that. So... Plus, the song's really fucking good, chat. Go listen to it. Also, wow! Look at that. Look at the coincidence. The cannibal gets the song called Hunger. And that is... Yeah. I want to make that kind of video one day. Yeah, the music video is so fucking cool, right? Okay. So you heard the first open... Yeah. You heard the first of it. Good. So you've heard the first part, and that's all that matters for now, because the entire song basically is that vibe. Because we have a lot to go through. So you gotta understand why I'm doing. Yeah. So if you guys want to actually listen to the song or the voice claim, again, the PowerPoint is available. Okay, Nen ability. You see that? I clicked on that. Okay, so he is a conjurer. Okay, let me open up the fucking picture so you guys can have something to stare at. Yes. So there we go. So here's Bright. He is a Nen ability. His Nen ability is his Nen type is a conjurer, so he can make things using his aura. Okay, for the people who don't know, aura is your life force. Everybody can wield their life force. Everybody has life force, but the ability to wield the life force is not taught to everyone. It's very secret, and you have to take a long time to learn how to wield your life force. And the genius level there is that that's in relation to himself and not to his actual and not compared to other people, but he is actually still pretty good. So in terms of this, genius level would probably be like, he's like 75% unlocked his entire potential to his ability. Okay, so there. So you're probably wondering, wait, he's so busy being a doctor and being an underground doctor. How does he have the time to practice his Nen? Well, it's gonna be thanks to this fucking guy here, Victor. Victor has a specific type of Nen ability. Okay, so here, he has only two Nen abilities. And by combining them, he ends up making another 2 sets of abilities, and by pushing those other 2 to the limit, he can create his final ability. And as you can see here, this is the efficiency basically that he can do for them. But his manipulation would be as high as his transmutation, which is at 80%, and you can blame Victor because of that, okay? So there we go. Because you see, he has quite a few manipulation for only being 60%. And no, his manipulation is 80% because I blame Victor, okay? There we go. Also, I think it's silly that everybody who's stuck with specialization gets stuck with a 60. I think that's silly. Okay, anywho, continuing. So we have Nen Organs, Orestesia, Ship of Theseus, Embalmer's Memorial, and Humane Homunculi. Just put a little something in the meme server. Okay, fine. I'll open up my Discord on my phone. Okay. So let's start off with Nen Organs. There we go. Oops, over there. So, Nen Organs, yes, this person using their aura can make organs with any specification in mind. Blood type, everything, shebangle, shebongle. No need to fucking worry. There we go. And then, okay, I'm opening up the meme channel. Okay, I'm opening up the meme channel. Oh, wait. Will this get me DMCA'd? Shit, that might get me DMCA'd. Oh, yo, that's really cool. Wait, you only needed that a low amount of command blocks for that? Really? Is that command blocks? Is that, okay, there we go. I can't play it properly on Steam because I might get the DSMA. I guess it's a mod then? Yeah, wild. Okay, continuing. So why would you need organs anyway? It's for donations. Yeah, you can donate you can donate for organs. And then you can, what do you call this? So you can make yourself strong or make other people stronger by just like making the organs like stronger and shit, right? It's Blackvale City, so probably won't disamaze you. Chat, go check Discord. Go check Discord and see Dracus's beautiful work, okay? So, making enhanced organs, there we go. And then it can also become our tracker with enough training from Mari. Mari is Momorin's OC. Here is Mari. You see her? She's so pretty. I love her. I love Mari so much. I can't wait to draw her. Okay. And you can also use it for weapons, stomach acid bombs, finger darts, and EGC. You're probably gonna be like, oh, stomach acid isn't that strong or something, right? But that's why you can enhance it! You can change the specification. Plus, you're like over here, see? Conjuration, possibly enhancement. Okay, okay? You get it? Capiche? Finger darts too. Yeah, you can just make it really fucking strong. Okay, lovely. So, there we go. You can use it as weapons or you can use it to like for operations and stuff. There we go. Lovely. And then for organs, you're like, okay, it's kind of broken that they can just make organs TM. Well, they have a Nen vow of consuming non-Nen organs. There we go. So this is just in case that it's going to take way too much aura to produce the specific organ required, because either A, you need too much fucking organs, you need like fucking, let's say you need 500 hearts for some fucking reason. Yeah, you're gonna have to consume some real organs for that. Anyways, yes. Or the specifications are too high. Yo, if you wanted like a really, really fucking rare human organ, then you gotta eat an actual human organ to do that. And of course, amount and quality actually matters, okay? So if you have good organs and they could, yeah, and Bright consumes it, they can make great Nen organs. So there we go. So it's great, right? It's fucking great that this person can that this cannibal can make their own organs, right? Right? It's great. It's great. The cannibal can make their own organs. They don't have to eat other people because they can just make organs and they can eat the organs, right? Well, we're gonna follow that on that later. Also, you can click on the Nen abilities down below here, so it'll take you back to the entire thing. So, Orestesia, it's a mixture of aura and anesthesia. Yes, I know. There we go. Yeah. And you can add anesthesia-like properties, so aka sedatives, sleeping gas, laughing gas, tranquilizer. There we go. It all works. It all fucking works. But mostly it's for painkillers. Okay, and you need to control the intensity. You still get the negative side effects of painkillers though. So when he has to self-operate on the spot operations on himself, he has to very carefully adjust the intensity so just he doesn't have to feel enough pain of passing out, but he can just enough. But he doesn't like overdose himself on anesthesia to make himself not be able to operate properly. So he has to fucking balance that shit. He has to balance his pain with his sanity. Hi Grimmy Guard. Over there in the corner, that's Bright, okay? We're talking about thing. You've been missing lore. Don't worry, don't worry. You can go check the lore. It's in the PowerPoint. It's on the PowerPoint. And, you know, you can endure painful combat there. Bro, it's gonna be so great. Hi, Melody. Okay, hello. Hi, Melody. Welcome to my insanity. Hi, Melody's viewers. Hi, I'm Biscuit, Primordial Soup Being, and I'm a Filipino VTuber. And my pronouns are they, them. I am an artist. Here are my socials. I am currently having so much madness right now, and I do commissions. You see my art down there? Yeah, that's my art down there. And also here's my art. Bablam. If you like my art, go talk to me, baby girl. Anywho, there we go. How was your stream, Melody? Okay. So here. And it's also is antiseptic. Just immediately, so he doesn't have to worry about always having like disinfectants on on himself because he needs to do on the spot operations. And you can also use it to tranquilize enemies, but that much isn't used too much because you have to expose them over time. Tales of Symphonia, yo, let's fucking go. I played Tales of the World Radiant Mythology. I love that. I love that game as a kid. And it's under transmutation. So, Ship of Theseus is under manipulation because you know how they're Nen organs, right? Their organs are made out of Nen. So, the more Nen organs that they have on a patient, the more favorable they'll think of them. So, aka, the less likely they'll feel compelled to like hurt him or something. Yes. So, it is favorability, okay? So, it makes them a little bit more docile. But it takes quite a while because you need to have 90% replacement just so you can give out full-blown orders and not just do suggestions. This whole Ship of Theseus, this was a this was a request from Victor, like, yo, Bright, you could do this, yo, you could do this. It's such a waste not to do it. Are you really gonna waste the things I've taught you? So, and of course, Bright's like, oh, okay, I guess I don't want to waste it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there you go. The only year I chose to play it because I saw you wishlisted. Yay, Sagu! I haven't played this one, but I like the Tales from Radiant Mythology a lot. There we go. Chat, please say hi to Melody. Let me shout you out, by the way. S-O at Melody Dobra. There we go, lovely. Okay, so this is linked to the Orostasia because as we said earlier, it's from the docile part. So the docile partness is just like being cranked up to the notch, okay? So there we go. So for Embalmer's Memorial, it's like, okay. So instead of controlling a sentient person or ordering a sentient person, why don't you just control a corpse, yo? So now, instead of 90% from earlier, because that was a living, breathing human being that thinks for itself, you just have to replace 75% of the corpse organs, you know, and that'll be enough. And you can just have to activate Ship of Theseus, okay. And of course, you can do it up to 3 max. That's for the relevant arc, mind you. And the amount and control are inversely proportional. So if he wants to control, like, more, he wants to control like three corpses, that would be, the movements would be way more wild and uncontrolled and more weird in comparison to if he was just focusing all of his attention to one single corpse. And the battery is the corpse's own post-mortem Nen. For the people who don't know, Nen is just another word for aura, okay? I'm going to say I have no idea what's going on. Slowly back away. Have a good one! Yes, it's just me going insane, okay? So, this is going to be a manipulation conjuration mix, okay? Just like earlier. Thank you for the lurk. Chat, say bye-bye to Melody. Okay. So, Embalmer's Memorial. If the battery runs out, you gotta refill. Yeah, Bright is the one who has to fill it with his own aura, okay? And minimum aura required is different per corpse because it depends on the daily use. So, for really strong Nen users, it will be expensive. If it's like Nen users that are stronger than Bright himself, he won't be able to even like refill the battery up until the minimum aura just to activate it. So, aka if the battery runs out for a really strong Nen user, the corpse will just remain a corpse. TM. And the corpse has to be repairable because ain't no way you can just use a shambled corpse. TM. Okay, continuing, humane homunculi. So you're like, Biscuit, if he can work on a corpse by replacing it with the organs that he create, why can't he just create a corpse by himself? So yeah, that's a humane homunculi. He can't spawn an entire human being poof. No, he has to make all of the ingredients separately, and then you have to let him cook. And by let him cook, I mean you have to hand stitch him together. He can be helped by other people, so if he has like other doctors with him, he can basically just have a bunch of fucking pre-made corpses. And don't worry, because those corpses, those flesh puppets, they don't have any thoughts. No thoughts. Not a single one. And this was developed during Black Whale because, as always, as per canon, they are understaffed. So they need as much help as they could. Continuing, humane homunculi. There we go. Yeah, it is fueled completely by Bright's own aura. There's no more post-mortem Nen. So that's why he has to basically ration out his aura amount for to fill up all of the to fill up all of the homunculi. And you can do 6 for just one simple task, because this one Bright finds out that, hey, I don't have to manually keep track of every single thing that they're doing. I just can give them a simple thing to do, and I don't have to worry about it. He can manually check up on where they are using the Aurasthesia tracker from earlier. Aurasthesia, yes. So, there we go. Manual control by Bright, yes. That gives you 3. And then, of course, inversely proportional as said earlier. So, it's going to be heavily preparation reliant. Like Hurlo. Because it's gonna take him so fucking long to make corpses. It's gonna take him so long to fill them up with aura. And he can make pre-made homunculi, but even the pre-making is going to take so much fucking time. And he is pretty resilient, so he can hold himself in a fight, but he is not a trained fighter. So he will have trouble when actually fighting against really strong people. There we go. He's resilient because of, he has whole painkillers and stuff. And, yeah, he only has 2 base Hatsus, so people better not come at me and say, oh, he's too unrealistic, oh, he's too overpowered. No, he only has 2 base Hatsus, okay? And his abilities are basically useless if you weren't Bright. Because what the fuck are you gonna do with organs? And plus, you need to basically memorize how organs even work, TM. So, good luck! Yeah, and don't even try to make animal or magical beast ones because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. If you make him study it, maybe he'll be able to do something, but it won't be that good because he doesn't even have emotional attachment to them, unlike cannibalism, human organs. So, here's the key events. Why the fuck is he a cannibal? Why is he like this? What's wrong with him? So, here are the arcs. As you can see, they're all clickable. There are spoilers ahead, so you have been warned. Okay. What did that show up? Nice. Okay. So, there we go. We'll just continue because over here. And, whoa, look at those pictures. They're totally not related to this story. Not one bit. Okay, so Sherry is Bright's butler. So as you can see, he got traumatized at a pretty young age. Whoopee! It still sends me. Thank you. There we go. So they did. Okay. So what happened? Well, you see, Bright and Sherry got trapped in a cave, in a forest cave near near Bright's mansion. So it's been 6 days. Nobody's been there to rescue him because his family was like, no, we can't call the cops. They'll find out we have Meteor City. We hire Meteor City residents for our staff. Just so you know, in Meteor City, nobody technically exists there, so everybody there doesn't have any records, and a lot of them are criminals. Okay. So Sherry doesn't want Bright to die, so he was like, Bright, eat me, eat me. Yeah. So here you go. Here's the fucking. Should I feel bad? This talk of cannibalism is making me wicked hungry. Yo, eat up, bro. I know a great cook. Looks too bright. Sherry! Sherry! Sherry does not have a canonical design yet, but eyes emoji. Okay. So feel free to him, but he has a color palette, TM. I'll talk about that later. Anyways, here's the fucking line. You're such a good kid. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me, Master Bright. I promise, you're allowed to commit this atrocity. You can do whatever you want. You deserve it. So please, eat me. There we go. So yeah. Imagine this fucking 12-year-old just convincing this 10-year-old to fucking just commit cannibalism, TM. So they do get rescued eventually. How long? How long did he get trapped? Who fucking knows, yo. And of course, he doesn't get therapy because his family is absentee. They're dicks. And his housekeepers all kind of ended up spreading rumors that Bright willingly wanted to eat Sherry because, you know, I'm the master, you're just some schmuck butler, you know. So that's why the housekeepers are afraid of him, and therefore he didn't have any support system. Woo! Okay, anyway, so here's pre-canon. Oh, we have a bunch of. Oh, wait. Actually, we have some songs here. There we go. Here's a Brary song. Yes, Brary. And by Brary, I mean Bright and Sherry. There we go. Lovely. You see that? I'll just play it up until the first verse. I'll think of this as my little break. PM. Let's listen to some good music, chat. Do you visualize it? Do you visualize my OCs? Look at them. They're going out on the trip. They're going out to a forest. Do they know? No, they don't. No, they don't. Look at Bright having a jolly good old time. Hello, Verno. We're talking about my Hunter x Hunter OC. The PowerPoints in the pinned comment, because we are a few PowerPoint slides in. And that's up until the chorus, baby girls. Continuing. Now, here's pre-canon. So, you know, after that whole cannibalism incident. Play It's Not Like I Like You. No, we're not doing that today, unfortunately. We are talking about my OC. We're talking about my OC. I have 81 slides prepared. This is what you wanted, chat. You were like, yo, Biz, yeah, turn it into a stream. Haha, it'd be funny. It'd be funny. Okay. I hope at the very least, chat, that you appreciate all of my, you are currently studying. Love to see it. I am currently descending into madness. So I hope you have fun putting me on as a background noise. So Bright eventually becomes a doctor at the ripe old age of at 18. The youngest ever doctor TM was a 17-year-old. So Bright being an 18-year-old doctor, just let me have this, okay? Just let me have this. TM. Okay. And so because he's a doctor, he has his own money. So what does he do with that money? He buys Kurta clan eyes. He buys the eyes of the Kurta clan because he has the money now. Because he always has been thinking about cannibalism this whole time, but he's never actually gotten the actual chance to do it because he's living with his family. But now he lives by himself, so he can do it. Unfortunately, he couldn't eat it. Why? Oh yeah, by the way, why did he eat the Kurtan's eyes? Because I guess he wanted it to be special. He thought they'd look tasty. And two, he was like, oh, it's just eyeballs. It'd be easy to eat. It'd be non-committal. I just pop it into my mouth. Capiche? Done. But unfortunately, he couldn't eat it. Why? Because it wasn't consensual cannibalism. He needed it to be consensual cannibalism like how Sherry did to him. Because he feels like it's wrong if it's non-consensual cannibalism. Why is he even obsessed with cannibalism? Why does he want to even eat other humans to begin with? It's because, as you can see, going back here, if he believes, Sherry told him that you are allowed to commit this atrocity. If he doesn't believe Sherry, if he thinks that committing cannibalism is wrong, and therefore Sherry is wrong, and therefore he didn't eat Sherry out of desperation, and that was good. No. He killed and murdered Sherry in cold blood. If he believes that if he's not allowed to commit cannibalism. So instead of being a normal ass person and stopping cannibalism, getting therapy, he didn't get therapy. He instead doubled down on the whole atrocity that he did. And because of that, he decides to become an underground doctor just so he can get organ donors. So instead of saying like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go operate on your friend, he's pretty bad. Instead of you guys paying me money, give me your liver or something, or give me your kidney. Mostly the things that he eats are livers and lungs, TM. Sometimes he gets to eat limbs, basically whatever, Things to say to your potential redacted. I thought your eyes looked tasty. Okay, continuing. So, at the young age of 20, he learns Nen because he meets Victor. Who the fuck is Victor? Oh, you know. Okay. We gotta look. Who's Victor? Come on, chat. It's linked over here, right? Okay. I was sure I linked this. Okay, lovely. So, who is Victor? Let's take a short break to him. Yep. There we go. Let's take a short break for him. Because who the fuck is he? So, as you can see, Victor starts dating him as 18 years old, and he is a Nen master. Can you imagine that? 18 years old, already a Nen master? Yeah. And he was a lot of things, TM, because he just straight up cannot feel guilt. That's his entire thing. His entire life, he's just out there, he's looking for activities to make him feel guilt. And he is unsuccessful. He is bored easily, so honestly, the fact that he dated Bright for that many years was he was pretty dedicated to that one. Because he was pretty dedicated to that one. And he's just a morbidly curious guy. He calls whatever activities he's on in order to try and feel guilt as experiments. Yes, I named him Victor after Victor Frankenstein. And here's the narcissist prayer because, of course, I just realized when I stumbled upon this thing that, hey, that's exactly like Bright. Is he a narcissist though? I have no fucking clue. So let's go to his Nen ability. And his Nen... Oh, actually, no. Let me listen. I want you guys to listen to his voice claim first. I went out of my way to go copy paste this off of N-Star's wiki, okay? Oh shit. Boss. There we go. I wanted him to not have really a... Oh wait, it's pretty quiet. Okay, there we go. There we go. I wanted him to have a pretty cute voice, but I didn't want him to have like a cutesy voice. I wanted to have him something soft spoken and something that you would really like. You'd be like, yo, that's from an evil person? Wild. And but I wanted to have that softness that would make your skin crawl if he starts saying the most messed up shit to you. Yeah, that's the vibe. There we go. On site, you little freak. I am a freak. I'm a freak. I'm a weirdo. There we go. I'm a creep. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And let's go get his character song. Let's go get his character song, baby girls. And his character song is basically just Sam Planet, because Sam Planet is a song, kind of like endless looping, searching for something, and how decay and stuff is happening. But also in a sense, it's kind of like a celebration. So I feel like it's pretty Bright core TM, though this is not like, I'm still not completely set on this being a Bright's complete song TM. Anyway. There we go. Let's continue presenting this part. Because now you know what he's like. Okay, lovely. And so he has phagocytosis. He's a transmuter enhancer. At first, I thought I wanted him to be an enhancer, but no. When I was thinking, oh, this the specific Nen ability that I need him to have, because I need him to make Bright stronger. So narratively, it would make sense for Bright to be that strong. And so therefore, he became a transmuter enhancer. And I thought phagocytosis would be great because it's the process of when this cell surrounds something in order to eat it and in order to consume it. So, kind of reflects his personality. Yeah, so basically if he surrounds you, you're kind of fucked, yo. But also, he doesn't only just hurt you. He can also enhance you, So, depending on whatever he wants, he has a pretty flexible Hatsu. He only has one Hatsu, though. Yeah. So, he can steal it off of others, and he can just do pure damage, or do poison, or enhance, or some kind. And he can steal your own aura. That's the main shtick. He can steal your aura into his own, basically acting as a battery. And he has two ways to do it, which is either through direct contact, so don't let him touch you or else you're fucked. Or he builds little pockets of aura in the battlefield that if you stand on, they're gonna start sapping away at your aura. This is making me motivated to work more. You should do it. Descend into madness with me. Oh yeah, you should probably see Victor over here. Victor. Here's what the little guy looks like. There we go. Victor. So yeah, worst case scenario is if you're in a chokehold, because he does have enhancer strength. And you can get poisoned and you can have your aura drained. And his favorite weapon to use is garrote wire. And his skill level is bordering on ultimate. So basically, he's almost 100% mastered his entire his potential in terms of his Nen abilities. I'm rested, so I'd like to request help from you on your day off. I will brain rot with you. Hi, eyes emoji. Unfortunately, I do not have a day off, TM. So you'll just have to message me, and then I'll come back to you. Continuing, so that is the Victor break end. I hope you like my little guy, TM. And so, coming back to this. So these fuckers dated. You see that shit? So, okay, as you can see here, they end up dating, and Victor decides to break up with Bright after 2 years on exactly Bright's birthday because he is a bitch. Okay? And he doesn't do, and the way that he breaks up with him is by causing a fuss, you know? He wants to make sure that he's causing a fuss. They have one big last fight during right before he breaks up with him, and Victor makes sure to phrase everything like it's Bright's fault that he's breaking up with him. And he did all of this just because he wanted to see if he could feel guilty after breaking up with somebody he's dated for a long time. You know, he wanted to see, hey, would I feel guilt if I do this? He knows it's bad, but he can't feel that it's bad, you know? Thank God Bright developed better taste, yeeted off the building. As you can see, Momorin hates Victor. In this house, we hate Victor. Personally, I love Victor. He's my little silly guy. He's my little meow meow. So, continuing. Bright does become a Phantom Troop emergency doctor. He does not become a part of Phantom Troop. No. He's just their emergency doctor for hire. Normally, their doctor is Machi, but what the fuck is going to happen when, like, your entire limb gets burnt off? Machi can't make you a new limb. You know, what if you get poisoned? Your liver gets poisoned. What the fuck are you supposed to do then? So, you know, and the first way that he actually got into contact with the troop was because Machi was the one who got fatally wounded, and therefore he had to heal Machi. There we go. And here's the Vite songs over there. We won't really go into every single one of them because it's gonna take too fucking long. But this one is True Love's Restraint. It basically shows Bright's possessiveness over Victor's possessiveness over Bright. In number 2, it's Love Me, which is Victor's desperation to be loved by Bright's desperation to be loved by Victor and make sure he doesn't get abandoned again. Looking at you, Sherry. Number 3, that's Eat Me, which shows how Victor doesn't to Victor, Bright isn't anybody special to him. Not particularly. Like, he's special in the sense that he's a fun guy, that he's his current experiment, but more than that, not really. He's just like, yeah. So that's why the possessiveness over Bright is more of like a pride thing. Oh, look, I have this really strong Nen user and this rich doctor, famous surgeon at the tip of my fingers. And he does whatever I want. You know, that's what that song represents. And number 4, what was the number 4 song? Oh, that was Cheshire Game, which basically was Victor being enamored by the naivete of Bright when he first came into the underground world. And he basically showed Bright around. And basically, you know, taught him the ins and outs of the world, of the underground world. There we go. So let's continue. And here during the post-Zoldyck estate, wow, we're actually on the timeline of the actual show now. Wow. So Bright becomes a licensed mentor at the age of 19, which is the youngest that anybody has ever been a licensed mentor. If you did not know, in the Hunter x Hunter universe, you can get your doctor license under a mentorship program. I believe that's for hunters only. Yeah. Under a mentorship program, so you don't have to go through the entire boring ass school college system TM. You just have to get a mentor, and then blam, you'll eventually get your doctor's license. So yeah, he tries to atone. Is it really the atone a light word? But he feels guilty, so he wants to say sorry, but he doesn't really expect his forgiveness to be answered. You know, he just wants to do something. It's self-flagellation, you know. Actually, that's the word of the day, self-flagellation. So, by the age of 22, he accepts Leorio as his mentee because Leorio actually reminds him of Sherry, you know? So he's like, sure, we'll fucking take it, yeah. And Leorio has pretty good fucking results too. So it's not like he's just doing it because he looks like Sherry. And so, because of that, gay bisexual happenings, woo! What the fuck happens? Okay. I want you to picture the atmosphere. Also, the light song over here is Close to You, which basically just listen to the song, man. Just listen to the song. It's in there. It's such a good fucking song. Yeah. It has that longing. It has that thankfulness. It has that somberness to the entire thing. The whole yeah. And so, here, the gay bisexual happening. I'm glad you're so excited for this. So, imagine this. You are in a fancy Western restaurant, and you have a cup of blood-red wine in your hand, and you just look through your partner. You use it as a looking glass to your partner, right in front of you. You swirl it around, and they're just like, you're there for, yeah, they're just there inside your little cup, you know? And there's an artificial distance with tension because a whole ass table is separating both of you. And then you crescendo it. You break the social order. You break the social law. And instead of sitting in front of them, like how society wants you to, you sit beside them and you cross that distance. Mwah. You know? And also, homosexuality, baby. And continuing, so, there we go. So, Bright and Leorio. Okay, let me go get Leorio out for you. There we go. There we go. There we go. Leorio, and then let's get Bright over here. There we go. So, they go out to eat the fancy restaurant because they want to celebrate. And Leorio helps out the blonde woman. What exactly she needs help with? Probably there's this weird guy, or like she's like lost her purse or something, blah blah blah. Anyway, she needs help. So she's like, yo, Leorio, wow, you're so cool. Yo, we should eat together sometime, you know, as thanks. I want to thank you. Yeah. You know, and Leorio's like, thank you, miss, but like, I can't eat with you because I already have someone. I already have someone with him, so I already have someone. So like, thanks though. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and stupid fucking Leorio didn't even realize how that, oh, I can't eat with you because I have someone with him sounds. It makes him sound like he's taken, yo. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. And so, of course, they have this whole ass fucking line here because I made fucking lines. And Bright is a bitch like this. Yeah. So as you can see from the line earlier, when I said that Bright, to summarize, was selfishly suave, guilt-ridden with self-hate, and afraid to be burned by any real vulnerability. I was not joking, yo. So Bright would say something like, do you have a girlfriend? No, Dr. Bright. No need to be so formal, Leorio. We're off work. No girlfriend. So, boyfriend then? And then that's where Leorio goes, what? Dr. Bright. Well, Bright, I'm straight. You know, he does that whole fucking declaration. Remember, you're in a fancy restaurant too. He's such a fucking silly guy, Leorio. This is my favorite line in the entire PowerPoint that I've ever done, yo. Your eyes often wander far for a straight man. Don't think I didn't notice, Leorio. You know, fucking caught red-handed, bitch. Or that was one. Well, anyways, I know I'm into girls. Like that woman earlier. Dude can't fucking even deny it straight. And of course, another fucking second favorite line here too was like, and yet here you are with me without her number in your pocket. You clearly have a penchant for blondes. Yeah, cause Bright's fucking blonde! Blonde, baby! And because of that, Leorio ends up fucking thinking that line you're screaming. I'm screaming too, Momo. I'm screaming so much. Yeah. Blondes! Leo Pika Nation, rise up! You know who's also blonde? Except for Bright, right? Aside from Bright, who's also blonde? Fucking Kurapika. Blonde. Leorio likes blondes. Whoa, whoa. And there we go. And of course, Bright pulls the ultimate gambit. Ba-bam! How about I kiss you? What? He's so silly. Leorio's so silly. Oh god, Bry's such a selfish, he's so selfishly suave. I fucking hate him. Momoma, yeah. So here, I kiss you, and if you hate it, you're straight. Easy, right? This is just to shut you up. Okay? And I fucking hit you with, that was not their last kiss! It was only a kiss. How did it end up like this? Woohoo! Thank you for the blushies, yes. Okay. So, me slamming your table. Slam, indeed, slam. Okay. So, continuing. Now they're in a situationship. Why aren't they in an actual relationship? You fools. You forgot. What? Neither of them can be honest with their feelings. Leorio's a fucking tsundere. You know, he wears his emotion on his sleeves, but he'll be a bitch about it before he starts rolling up his sleeves to you, okay? He's gonna be a bit of a bitch before he starts rolling up his sleeve, okay? And Mr. Bright, Mr. Kane, Dr. Kane, I fear any real vulnerability Brightfield, of course, will not get into an actual relationship. I'm looking at you, Victor. Blame fucking Victor, yo. Blame him. Blame this guy. Anyways, there we go. So, also, Leorio just met him, like, recently, so it's like it wouldn't make any sense for them to be in a relationship immediately anyways, so you know. Also, this doesn't happen immediately at February. This doesn't immediately happen in March. This at most happens at like the end of March, beginning of May, okay? Bright isn't the type to immediately fucking jump like that, you know. Plus, Bright needed to give Leorio some time for his eyes to wander. TM. God. So here, because of ever since that, they start to eat out often, yeah. But then one day, they're like the place that they wanted to go to was closed, so they ended up going to Leorio's place, yeah. So during all of these times, Bright barely eats. While both of them are happy eating, they drink. So both of them drink. So Bright normally just nurses like a cup of wine or something, a glass of wine, and just that's it. TM. And Bright was the one who suggested who insists at eating Leorio's place, but Leorio has never been to Bright's place. You see, he's a selfish ass prick. Bright does teach Leorio how to cook though. There's more grabbles about that later. So there we go. So here, we're actually in the canon of the story! Woo! We're actually in the canon of the story now. Yippee! Wahoo! Oh my god, we're like halfway through. Lovely. We're halfway through. Good. We can make it, Chad. We can make it. Okay, so imagine the scene where Leorio, Killua, and Gon, yeah, all meet up because they're haggling the price down for a Beetle phone. So instead of Leorio haggling the phone down and then Killua and Gon buying it by themselves, no, Leorio is the one who buys it for them. So he spends 200k, yeah, to just buy the phones for Leorio and for Gon and Killua, you know. Gon now where it's like, bro, you're a student, aren't you? Like, bro, you should save up. And then that's where we get world building of how the mentorship system works, because it sucks ass that the mentorship system was only introduced at the very end, which, I mean, understandable, because that's where it only became plot relevant, but like, bro, still. So, he says that he gets a good allowance. I'll go read off this script area part, because it was just so much easier to just write down what the characters were saying than actually do it. Okay. What kind of student allowance is enough for both daily York New living and spending money on your friends? Because you remember, chat, York New York cost of living, bro. So yeah, Leorio, there we go. To be honest, the allowance is really only enough for the very basics of basics. But my boss, Dr. Kane Brightfield, gives me a separate allowance. He's one of the best doctors, but he's only a few years older than me. And because of that, he shows them his phone wallpaper. His phone wallpaper is a picture of him and Bright. Okay? How gay is that, yo? Bro. Fellas, is it gay to have your phone wallpaper as your picture of you and your boss that you have a situationship with? Fellas. So there we go. Yeah. So Hilo, of course, being suspicious. I smell something fishy. Gon is also here, yeah? Really? I think he's a really generous guy. You're right, Gon. The only thing he said to me when he first gave me my allowance was, just continue being such a peach. He's fun to be with, he taught me how to cook, and we often get drinks. And the visuals, I need you to understand that the visuals are, while Leorio was talking about Bright, was here. Hunter stream? Yeah, the PowerPoint is in the pinned thing because we're currently 35 out of 81 slides in. So we're currently at York New. I'm rewriting some scenes from the haggling phone price. Leorio buys the phone for them and explains the mentorship system and the good allowance and talks about his boss. His definitely boss who he's not gay for, TM. So here. So the visuals, I need you to understand. The visuals while Leorio is talking about Bright. So, Bright at his candlelit apartment, curtains closed, and his back to the altar. He is quietly eating mystery meat. He puts down his fork. He is still holding the knife in the other hand. And with his free hand, he takes a peach from the fruit bowl in front of him. Get it, chat? He takes a peach! Doesn't that sound fucking familiar? There we go. He's, doesn't that sound fucking familiar? Here, you're right, Gon. The only thing he said to me when he first gave me my allowance was, just continue being such a peach. Get it? The peach from here and the peach from here. Whoa! He thinks... So, it kind of shows. So you're thinking that he's a generous guy. Hey, if he's a generous guy, how can he be the selfish suave that you were saying he was, Bisque? Well, he is, because at the end of the day, Leorio, his relationship with Leorio, because it is a situationship and not an actual full-fledged relationship, he is not taking full responsibility of that relationship and is therefore being selfish in a sense of not taking responsibility in a relationship. The situationship is something for him to consume, like the peach. My fave out of so many. Thank you. Also, chat, please say hi to Reverse. How are you? There we go. So, and of course, we cut back to the scene where we cut back to the scene with Gon, Leorio, and Killua. In the original anime, they were just eating at a random ass fast food
fast food area. But like, no, that shit's fucking, no, we're not gonna do that. Why do they have to be in a random ass food area anyways? That doesn't build any character. They're just eating. What the fuck are we supposed to be here? That's such a waste of potential. No, Leorio's gonna bring him back to his apartment. To his sunny apartment. Oh yeah, I made sure to mention it's sunny to contrast with Bright's apartment, okay? It's currently 22 degrees. Lord help my soul, it's cold. Oh my god, it's so hot here. I am fucking sweating. But I do not want to open the fan because it'll make so much fucking noise. There we go. So, it's now, the location now is at Leorio's apartment. And they still talk about the Heaven's Arena arc and Leorio's Nen. Well, technically they're going to Leorio's apartment. So they're at an apartment complex, okay? It's like the apartment complex pretty small, you know? So here. So, Leorio finally lets Killua and Gon into his apartment. What does his apartment look like? It's small, it's sunny, it's clean. And his workplace is... But the only thing that's messy is his workspace. Whoa, it's like character world building, yo. Character, environmental storytelling, baby. And there's 2 of everything. Toothbrushes, mugs, slippers. Whoa, I wonder who the fuck owns the other pair. There we go. Killua, you know. Killua was surprised that it's not that he doesn't live in a dump, you know, and he doesn't even fucking refute it. He just goes, ahaha. You fucking know that Bright was the one who asked him to clean up. That's why everything is actually clean, except for his workspace, because his workspace was so much, yo. Thank you for the hydrate. It's been so fucking. I've been talking non-stop. I hope you all are entertained. Did you know when my brother found out I wrote 81 slides on this, he called me Hamilton. So there we go. So Leorio goes, I'll go cook us lunch. By the way, I'll go cook us lunch. By the way, I only know how to cook vegan meals, so no complaining. And Kill was of course being snarky. I'm immune to poison, so no complaints here. And Gon's just being cute. I'll go take a look around. That specifically just so we can show off like the apartment, okay? Just a way to show off the apartment. The nerding is mighty enjoyable. Thank you. Also, vegan fucking meals, yo. Remember, chat, nobody knows this. Gay bisexual happenings, that isn't in the show yet. Post-Zoldyck estate, that isn't in the show yet. Pre-canon, that shit isn't in the show yet. Yeah, none of this is in the proper show yet. Until York knew. So your first experience with Bright was him on the fucking wallpaper of him and Leorio. That's where you first saw Bright. A phone wallpaper of him and Leorio. And then when you actually get to see him animated, it's him eating mystery meat. You won't really think anything of it. You know, you're probably thinking during this time, oh, he's probably like gonna be a villain type, but you're just thinking, okay, that's high-key ominous. Maybe he's gonna be a villain type, maybe he's gonna be like a misunderstood character. Who knows? Why is he weird? Why is he creepy? You know, you just think about it. You just think, and he's just eating mystery meat, TM. But then Leorio says, I only know how to cook vegan meals. But what does Leorio also say before? He taught me how to cook. So if Leorio only knows how to cook vegan meals, that implies that Bright is a vegan. But if Bright is a vegan, why is he eating mystery meat? What is the meat? What's in the meat? What's in the meat? Ah, yes, I'm so normal about this whole series. Thank you. So yes, chat, please place yourself in the eyes of somebody who is watching Hunter x Hunter for the first time, you know. Just imagine yourself that Bright is indeed real. That you are watching Hunter x Hunter for the first time and this is canon. Also me yelling is me reading this whole this was a new chapter. Me and a pinboard. Guys, I have a theory. Yeah. With the episode, it's gonna get immediately confirmed because episodes are a bunch of chapters stitched together. But with chapters, it's gonna be so much smaller. You'll have so much more time to do the fucking theories there. Mystery meat, clearly human flesh, a chimera. Yes, he's not a chimera ant though. As pretty as he is not a chimera ant. Okay, continuing. That is the end of York New, and don't you understand, chat? We've added to Leorio's character. We added so much. We didn't know shit about Leorio back then, but now we do. We know he's fucking broke. We know he's broke, but he only gets by through allowance. He's willing to spend money on his friends. His own money, he's willing to spend it on his friends because he loves his friends. He looks up to his boss. He's not the type to be envious. He's the type to be amazed by other people. And he takes things as face value. He doesn't think that people are there to scam him. And also that he has friends. Leorio has friends outside of the main cast. Wow. And we get to see his home life. We get to see how he lives. We get to see that he's studying really fucking hard. And he's a bit messy about it. We get to learn that he's a messy fucking guy. But for some reason, everything in his apartment is clean, you know? Leorio gets a new hobby of he knows how to cook instead of just being the doctor guy. He knows how to cook, chat. He knows how to cook. I'm so sorry. It's just that Leorio doesn't have anything in the actual anime, okay? So, York New, big spoiler alert, Uvo dies. So, that's canonical. So, from here, hi Momonin, we will be using Mari's OC. Yes. Here, that's Mari. So, Shalnark convinces Mari to look for Uvo because Mari is a lost hunter. She specializes in finding missing people, okay? She's a 1-star hunter, okay? He said not like a Mary Abbott, he said not human flesh. Anyways, so yes. So, Uvo, yeah, so there we go. So, there we go. Mari locates Uvo, but Uvo's dead, yo! So, and then she immediately fucking books it because these people are weird, yo. I'm fucking out. Which is good, because if she didn't leave, the Phantom Troop would definitely have stolen her ability. So, Bright is then upon called because there's rumors that he can resurrect the dead. And we point to Albalmer's memorial for that one. So, Bright resurrects Uvo. He had to replace 75% of Uvo's dead organs with his Nen organs that he created. However, Uvo, being such a strong fucking guy, and also needing to make so many organs just to replace, he has to do a Nen vow of eating real human organs as payment. Yes. Okay, there we go. There we go. As real human payment. There we go. So, imagine that. It's your first time fucking watching the anime, and then suddenly Leorio's teacher just gets called on by the Phantom Troop and proceeds to eat the Phantom Troop's organs. Yo, that's high-key fucking wild, yo. So, the troop is then absolutely fucking pissed. Because, yo, you messed up our friend's corpse. What the fuck? You didn't resurrect him. You fucked with his corpse. And Bright is like, y'all are ungrateful, you know. You called me here to do my thing. I never said I could resurrect the dead. You know, y'all are unfucking grateful, yo, okay? Y'all are ungrateful. And he thinks that they're ungrateful because Bright himself wants to hug Sherry at least one last time, even if it's fake. And he couldn't even do that because Sherry's body fucking gone, yo. He ate all of it except for the brain. He ate all of it, and the brain's been decomposed, long gone now, yo. So he doesn't even have a body to fucking puppet. So Bright, being the selfishly suave prick that he is, basically, if y'all are so ungrateful, he just fucking takes Uvo's corpse and books it. Because he's like, he knows he's gonna get killed by the Phantom Troop, so he fucking leaves. He just fucking books it. He leaves. And so, he hides Uvo's corpse in his high-rise apartment. He goes through his balcony and not through the main door because that's kind of weird. Yeah. So he just hides them there. There you go. Adding more stuff. This is the part for York New there is just building for Leorio's post-York New arc. So here's the post-York New arc. He's getting eviscerated. Absolutely, he is. He's so lucky he managed to escape. The only reason why he managed to escape was because he was using Uvo's corpse. Uvo is a fucking enhancer and Uvo can fucking book it to the moon. TM. So, let me go drink water. My throat will be so fucking hoarse. TM. There we go. So, gayness / mentorship continues to happen. I'm not even kidding, Reverse. I'm not even kidding. They're having a situationship. Leorio and Bright are having a situationship. I needed that because I need Leorio to know that he's into blondes, aka Point Kurapika, okay? Man is bisexual and he doesn't know it. Okay. Continuing. Oh, contents. If you don't know who Leorio is, this is Leorio. Now there we go. Lovely. Okay, so that happens from March. From around the ending week of March up until the 4th week of March. Cause there we go. Yeah. Yeah, he gets enrolled at March, but the gay shit roundabout happens around May. Yes. Up until the 4th week of November. So Bright is half dead, TM. For the past week now. Why? It's Sherry's anniversary. And I needed Bright to be half dead because let's be honest, chat, Leorio only just learned Nen. Not only, but like considering everything, you know? He just learned Nen in September. Okay? So, with Bright being half dead, Leorio asked Bright if he can bring Bright back to Bright's apartment. And this is big. Because Bright allows him to. He's like, okay, sure, maybe, just this one time, I will allow myself to be vulnerable. Because, mind you, Leorio has never been to Bright's apartment, ever. But Bright has constantly been in Leorio's apartment. So much so that he has toothbrushes there, slippers, and mugs in Leorio's apartment. And so, Leorio carries Bright back home. He goes and takes off Bright's coat, and then he goes to the fridge to take some water. There's meat in the fridge. His boss is a vegan, but there's meat in the fucking fridge. What is that meat? Why is there meat in the fridge? His boss is a vegan. Why is there meat in the fridge? So he didn't freak out completely yet. He warily continues. I've got so much imagination in my little brain. I might create like 4 separate Hunter x Hunter just to never use it. Do it! Send them over in Discord when you do. Join my insanity. So he warily continues to tend Bright because he won't like immediately jump to it right now because Bright's sick, yo. Bright's sick. So he then was like, okay, I'll go get a change of clothes for Bright. We can talk about this in the morning, okay? But when he's looking for it, he sees Uvogin's corpse. And he's like, yo, why the fuck is there a human corpse here? Is it fake? But then he fucking sees the spider tattoo. The spider fucking tattoo. And what? Why does he have a spider tattoo here? Something's fucking wrong. He knows something's fucking wrong. And there's also me in the fridge. So while Leorio is having this mini fucking what the fuck is up, Bright walks in. He catches him red-handed. And Leorio wants to know what's happening. This during Greed Island arc, by the way. This is one episode. And then immediately we get fucking hit as Leorio asks what's happening. You know what fucking happens? The fucking ending, the ending immediately plays. You know? That's fucking wild, right? Can you imagine that episode? Leorio sees the corpse. Everything's fucking freaking out. Bright walks in on Leorio, discovering a secret, and then Leorio demands to know what's happening, and then they hit you with the ending. They hit you with the ending. This is my favorite ending, chat. Oh my god, my throat, baby girl. My throat. I need to get more water. Okay, continuing. Nice, we're 40 fucking... We're 40 in. Nice. Continuing. Head and hands, I'm yelling. Yes, you're yelling, TM. So, Bright gets his own episode! He gets a backstory episode, and the title is Hunger x Hunger. Yes, I was so proud of myself for thinking of that name. Hunger x Hunger. Get it? Because it's like Hunter x Hunter, but like, no, it's Hunger Hunger. Ha ha ha, it's like double the hunger. Ah! Anyways. So, you remember, so we go back to, what do you call this? We go back to, where was that? Yeah. So, the backstory. Because Reverse wasn't here for the backstory, we have to go to pre-canon. Here. So you see, in pre-canon, Sherry and Bright, Sherry was Bright's butler, and he got trapped in a mansion. He got trapped in a cave. In a forest cave that was nearby their mansion. Not nearby, but like kind of far away. But you know, they were trapped in a cave. And it's been 6 days, nobody's been rescuing them, and Sherry basically convinces Bright to eat him, to cannibalize him. And because of that, Bright commits his first act of cannibalism, and Sherry tells him that you have to eat me. You're allowed to do this. And now Bright who's fucking traumatized because he never got therapy, ends up fucking doubling down on this cannibalism. He knows this cannibalism is wrong, but he can't admit himself to stopping because Sherry told him that he's allowed to do this. It's because in Sherry's wording too. Sherry's saying, you're allowed to commit this atrocity. So Sherry's saying, yes, this is awful, this is bad, you shouldn't do this. But you're allowed to, you know, because you're the best thing ever. You deserve it, Bright. And Bright doesn't want to, Bright continues to cannibalize, even though he doesn't want to commit cannibalism. Because if he says that Sherry is wrong, if he doesn't do cannibalism, that will mean Sherry is wrong. Therefore, he didn't eat Sherry to survive. He killed Sherry. He murdered Sherry in cold blood. And Bright could not live with that fact. So that's why he double downs on his cannibalism. And with that being said, let's go back to arcs and let's take you back to post Yorknew. So there we go. So present. Nice to see that some people are also reading the thing. Lovely. So, now, we get the fucking Leorio declares that he needs to imprison Bright because Leorio has a very black and white view of the world. He knows everything that's happened. Leorio knows about how Bright is also an underground doctor, how he's in the mafia, how he's helped the mafia, and how he's also killed other people in the mafia. Yeah. And how he cannibalizes people and how he commits basically medical malpractice. And so Leorio's like, I'm gonna have to send you to prison. But Bright freaks out because prison is atonement and he doesn't deserve atonement. If he's atonement, then he's forgiven for his sins. And that means it was okay that he ate Sherry. But no, it was never okay that he ate Sherry. And also, he can't fucking eat organs at prison because he's gonna get heavily monitored. He won't have anybody to donate organs to him. But you'd be like, yo, he could just eat his own organs, yo. But he can't because his own organs taste like shit. It's awful. He will throw up if he eats his own organs. His own Nen organs absolutely cannot taste good. That's why he even made Nen organs his Hatsu in the first place. Is because he was trying to loophole the fuck out of his Nen. But then, no, he can't. He still has to rely on others. He has to eat other people in order to survive. Well, in order to not, anywho. So Bright and Leorio finally fight. And Leorio, of course, tries to convince him, but it doesn't fucking work. They trashed the apartment. During this fight, Leorio contemplates and thinks to himself. He gets flashes of his very gay happenings. Yeah, of his gay happenings with his with Bright. This specific scene too, the fucking here. Your eyes often wander for a straight man, and then here and yet here you are with me without her number in your pocket. You clearly have a penchant for blondes, and the whole how about I kiss you? I kiss you, and if you hate it, you're straight. Easy, right? Their entire situationship, they get flashbacks to it. We need to make sure that the viewer knows how special Bright is to Leorio, okay? He is not only his boss, he is his best friend, and he is his situationship. So that's the fucking problem. And so they fight. And they fight mid-air, flowing downwards. So basically, while they're falling, they're fighting mid-fall. So they're falling downwards and they're fighting mid-fall. I'm not gonna play the video, it's gonna take way too fucking long to do. My ass. And there we go. Leorio is sent flying, breaking the glass balcony. And Bright, panics to help him out. That's the reason why he actually jumped in. But then he remembered, oh yeah, I'm fighting him. But also, Leorio assumes that Bright isn't here to save him. That Bright is here to fight him. Because remember, Leorio thinks in black and white. So Leorio attacks Bright mid-fall while Bright... So that shakes up Bright into be like, fuck yeah, if I save him, I'll get captured. I have to fight them. But then... Leorio gets a fucking win! Leorio wins! And Uvor and Bright are smashed into the road and captured. Okay, let's go to Greed Island. Because, back to Greed Island arc. Because that is still during the Greed Island arc. Yeah. And so, there's just a quick scene alteration. So... during the part where Killua gets back to the real world to retake the Hunter exam, in the original, Kurapika doesn't fucking call his friends. No, in this one, he calls his friends because Kurapika and Leorio are Killua's friends. They went through an entire Yorknew and Zoldyck Estate arc, so they have to have friends. Kurapika doesn't pick up because Kurapika's edgy, okay? And he managed to get a call, managed to get Leorio, and Leorio was actually expecting him because Leorio wanted to give Killua leaks about the exam. So now, he tells everything that he researched, which is reduced number of entryways around the Cedar Tree because that's where they passed, right?
and challenge difficulty increased. So basically, the places where people went, okay, basically the entryways, yeah, the entryways that the people that the past hunters went through from last year's exam will get reduced and will be raised in difficulty in order to prevent the people who passed the exam to just go, oh yeah, this is the exact place that I went to. Yeah, the exact place that I went to, and these were all of the trials that I went through, and here's the answer to it. Basically, it's to prevent leaking like that. But Leorio managed to find and research a bunch of shit. So now he's sending an encrypted copy. And there, we have a fucking Leorio trait for the win. Because Leorio is so fucking useless in the actual show. I'm pissed off. Leorio needs to be utilized more. And so, Leorio becomes their research guy, TM. There we go. So, they have a little thingy here. You know. And of course, we find out that Leorio, fucking the reason here. Of course I'll help. I want to feel useful. Get it, chat? Get it? Because he felt useless for not being able to help Bright. And besides, it's not like I have anything to do aside from Hatsu training. That's when, he finally, wow, you have Hatsu now. And Leorio's like, no, I still don't have a mentor. I researched everything myself. So that increases another coolness factor to Leorio. Because in the anime, we never met Leorio's Nen mentor. So we are left to assume that Leorio does not have a Nen mentor. Therefore, Leorio learned Nen all by himself. Therefore, Leorio is a research genius. He's so smart. Look at that. I wanted to make sure in this alteration that the people know how smart Leorio is. Leorio is a dumbass, but he's smart, okay? So, there we go. Now here, he's fucking, I'm gonna read out this whole line here. Bright, I mean my boss, Dr. Brightfield, gave me a weekend off since he was busy. He was busy because there were so many deaths during the mafia fucking thing. Remember in York New? There were so many deaths and injuries that he needed to help out. That's why he was busy the entire weekend. Since he was busy. After that, I just trained every day. And when the mentorship ended, I moved out. So now I'm completely focusing on perfecting my Hatsu and picking up Ren. So yeah, I wanted to scale Leorio into somewhere at least near Killua and Gon's level. Because it's going to be a fucking problem if he reaches Black Whale and the Dark Continent and he's still shit at Nen, okay? He needs to be at least decent at Nen, okay? So there we go. So Killua was amazed, of course. And Leorio fucking reveals he doesn't want to be left behind. He wants to protect his friends. Yeah. And also I wanted to make Leorio cooler. So now the 1000 examinees are only 300. 200 lower than the 500 in the current show. I know, 400 in the current show. Because but they're stronger though. They're stronger and Killua beats them faster. Because I wanted to show that Leorio's leaks were really useful because the entry is just that more difficult to get into, okay? So, Prison Break! This is during the election arc, okay? They get their own little cutaway that's happening. Because, the election arc already has fucking, the Killua Aluka arc. Why not add another one, Because, yeah. So there we go. So Bright is in Trick Tower since December. And of course, just like the real world, prison is awful. Victor eventually gets thrown into prison. So they're fucking reunited. Yo, remember Victor? Whoa. So, of course, he makes Bright worse, TM.
because that's what he does. He gets in his mind and he makes Bright feel worse about everything in his life, and Bright doesn't even know it, TM. And so what they do to escape is that they kill cellmates and then basically turn them into puppets, right? He currently uses 3, 4, L-bombers or more. He currently uses 3, and he uses the chaos to sneak out. He also uses the chaos to sneak out because he can also make people fall asleep. He also probably uses Aurasthesia and Shipsthesia to get a whole other cellmates into basically helping him out, TM. And the only reason why Bright even agrees to fucking getting out of here is because of Victor. You'd think like, oh, this is perfect. Bright is in prison, so he's like, nice. I can get punished for my sins, you know, it's not so bad. Well, rather, it is bad, and therefore I deserve it. But no. Victor starts fucking putting oh, you're in prison. You're in prison, but I thought that you could never atone for your sins. Why are you here trying to atone for your sins? You really think what you did to Sherry will be ever forgiven? Being stuck in prison isn't a punishment worthy enough. Won't help you atone. Being in prison is just going to be going to get you closer to atonement. You really think Sherry will forgive you for you've done to him? You shouldn't atone for your sins. You don't deserve it. Basically, Victor does that to him, and so Bright is like, shit, okay. Also, Victor emphasizes the fact that Bright has been eating his own Nen organs and therefore has been throwing up and not having a good time, TM. And Victor, of course, dangles, hey, if you do this, you can get to eat human organs again. I know you've been eating your own organs. I know you're awful right now. And Bright is basically convinced, but they only hurt death row and life sentence people. So they technically don't hurt anybody who wasn't meant to be hurt anyways. So because of that, now they just brute force their way. They sneak out sneakily, but they have to brute force because Victor purposely gets himself almost killed by a guard. So Bright will be forced to kill said guard to protect Victor. And now he's fucking horrified. And Victor is like, all according to Keikaku. Because Victor's plan is to traumatize Bright so Bright will be reliant on him. So Victor enjoys the bloodbath. Bright doesn't. That's when Bright realizes Victor and him are not cut from the same cloth. He realizes Victor has never felt guilt. And Bright realizes he feels nothing but guilt. And therefore, he has to skedaddle. Victor is selfish. Bright has realized it. And Bright realizes, no, I don't want to be selfish like Victor. And so once they've escaped, of course, Victor is like, yo, come on. Let's go. Let's go, Bright. Now that we've escaped, so we're gonna probably be hunted down. So, come on, let's go to the nearest place. We gotta get a change of clothes and everything. Victor basically just assumes that Bright is immediately going to come to him. Like, no questions asked. But Bright actually refuses. He refuses. And of course, Victor throws a fucking hissy fit. It's like, you're like this again. You're abandoning me again, Bright. You're abandoning me. This is just like our breakup all over again. Yeah, he's gaslighting Bright into making him think that Bright was the issue, TM. So, post-election arc, we're almost done, Chad. We're almost done. So, the news about Bright and Victor's Trick Tower escape reaches Leorio. And he knows exactly where to find him, which is where Sherry died. And he finds Bright there praying, like the dramatic bitch that he is. And now Leorio's there to recapture him, because remember, Leorio's living black and white, TM. But then, when he fights him, he realizes that prison made him worse! Yeah. But that's when Nobu, Shal, and Mary crash the fight, because Nobu and Shal lied to Mary, or specifically Shal, lied to Mary to hunt down this doctor guy in order to heal their friends. And Mari helped them. So Leorio and Bright team up because fucking Phantom Troop, yo. And Mari notices though that Leorio's there. So now the fight shifts to the Lightbringer trio versus Nobu and Shell. And you'd be like, oh, they'd fucking eviscerate them. But remember, there's Ship of Theseus active, so Nobu and Shell are slightly less inclined to attack Bright. Their body is like slightly telling them, no, I don't want to attack. So it's giving them a few seconds delay or something in their actual attack, which just lets them enough time just so they can dodge. And also, they don't actually defeat them, they just cause a cave-in to escape. You know, Leorio and Mari are both emissions, and Bright also there. And Bright, not gonna lie, has a little bit of like the panics when he sees the cave-in, and Leorio has to fucking drag it, haul his ass, and be like, yo, we're outside the cave, we're not inside the cave, and they won't be trapped there because that's fucking Phantom Troop. They can get themselves out. Now let's fucking go. And so, Bright leads the way back to his mansion for supplies, but the mansion is empty and preserved there, you know? And but they're gonna go get supplies because they know they're gonna be running away for quite some time. Shal, the fight moves on to the mansion. Shal uses his black voice to disguise as a groundskeeper, and he's like, the groundskeeper is like, oh, Master Kane, is that you? It's been so long. You brought your friends. And Bright immediately fucking attacks the groundskeeper on the spot, saying that no actual staff would be happy to see him. TM. So that's why he knew it was weird. There we go. So they escape them, they do go in camping, and they do secretly, and Bright does secretly eat Nen organs, and Bright does kind of have to give up on his whole vegan shtick from time to time, but most of the time he just lets himself go hungry, TM. And that's because he's having this selfish selflessness, because he's making himself a martyr where he doesn't need to be, because he doesn't want to be like Victor. In his quest to not be like Victor, he just ends up overcompensating and hurting himself. They hear that they need to basically run away for 2 weeks because Crollo needs to get them back because of the Heavens Arena fight. And they're just running. It's a series of running, camping, fighting, running, camping, fighting, until eventually they reach a beachside city and all of the characters wear swimsuits all of the time, TM. Hahaha. And they're going to take a boat to escape out of the country. But Mari and Leorio get fatally wounded just as they board the boat. But as they board the boat, Shal and Nobu can't catch them anymore because they're on the fucking boat and the boat's gone. And Bright, Bright could have just let them die because Leorio and Mari are both hunters. They could have turned them over to prison. But Bright doesn't want them to die because they're his friends. They've all grown closer to each other. There we go. So Lightbringer separates ways. Mari finally goes to the Beyond team while Leorio is contacted to become Boar. Also, Mari's fucking their mom now. Mari's their mom now because, she takes care of them. Mama. There we go. Bright learns about Kurapika because of the whole rat thing, right? And he's like, Kurapika, Kurta? And he's like, okay, Leorio, I need to come because I need to give back the eyes. I'm in possession of the eyes. And he explains to Leorio, in the show, he doesn't actually explain why he has the eyes yet. He just says he has the eyes. He has eyes. Yeah, the Kurapika eyes. The Kurta eyes. And he doesn't tell Leorio, but he absolutely plans to die by Kurapika because he thinks that it'll be a fitting end, a fitting punishment, a fitting conclusion to his tale. But so he gets into the Black Whale, and Bright's pardoned because Cheadle's one of the Zodiacs and Leorio's her student. There we go. So Bright returns the eyes to surrender and surrenders to Kurapika. And then that's where you find out in the anime that he bought them to eat. And I need the viewers to be just as angry as Kurapika. Because so Kurapika's going to fucking kill him. Leorio's the only reason why he stopped. And Kurapika blows up at Bright. And Bright is just begging him, just kill me, just punish me for my sins. There you go. And here's how it goes. Tell me, when was the last time you ate human flesh? Bright couldn't respond because he didn't really know if his own organs counted as human flesh, but otherwise he hasn't eaten he hasn't cannibalized another human in like 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks. And so Bright just stays silent because he doesn't know if he himself counts. So there. Kura goes, your self-hate is selfish. Why should you beg for my forgiveness when you haven't changed? You don't need my pity. You're already drowning in your own. Your useless guilt does nothing but stench this place. I can't believe a person this pathetic was the one who almost ended my entire life's purpose. You walrus! And then he fucking storms off. You know, haha, walrus, right, bitch. God, it was funny. I was, it was so in character for him. There we go. Lovely. And that was Bright's wake-up call. Because he realizes that his self-flagellation does nothing. So now he loves himself just enough to do good by others. And Leorio, upon Bright's request, asks Kurapika to let Bright into the bodyguard team. Now Bright's serving Kurapika to try and make some amends. And also, chat, Bright was never supposed to live. Bright was supposed to die, but no, Mom was alive, and therefore you still have more fucking slides to go through. There we go. So Bright's also an emergency medicine technician now for community service. Okay. So now Bright and Leorio are going on EMT duty, and there's fucking viscera everywhere. Bright's breaking down, and he's scared, and he's clearly going through withdrawals, almost fucking like throwing up and shit. Yeah. And Leorio realizes he hasn't seen Bright eat any humans. So he just puts everything together. He knows that Bright can't eat his own organs because Bright told him about it during post-York New. And so Leorio hands a donor card to Bright. Hi Gatito. Yeah. Okay. So he says, look, nobody is going to get hurt. You'll be able to make organs better than the ones that they're going to give. You need this right now. You don't have to suffer. Yeah, the nobody here is really important because it emphasizes that, no, this is not like the Sherry situation. Nobody's gonna get hurt. Go, you don't have to hurt yourself. This is not a required martyrdom. So there we go. So, Bright eventually comes out of the area, and he can't look at Leorio in the eyes, and Leorio wipes the blood off Bright's lips. Look, man, I know it's hard. Actually, I don't know all of your suffering. But I'll be damned if I don't find out. I swear, we'll get you through this. No matter how long it takes, one day, you won't ever need human flesh again. Why are you still helping someone like me? The Undertale music is fitting. Thank you. I'm a doctor, aren't I? What kind of doctor would I be if I can't even help my friend? And Bright cries for only the second time in the entire show. Only the second time. Because during the chase arc, the end of chase arc, he doesn't actually cry. He almost cries. He tears up. His eyes well with tears. But he fucking shuts them close. He shuts them close and holds on to Mari's hand that's head patting him. He holds onto it and he grips to yeah. He takes it off his head and he just holds it in front of him like a prayer. And he stops himself from crying fully because he's a repressed bitch, TM. But but Mari's making him slowly crack bit by bit. His friends, Leorio, Mari is making him crack into actually showing what he really wants to feel. So there we go. He actually cried. So that's the only time he cried. Because the first time he ever cried was when he ate Sherry. Okay, there we go. So this the romance arc, chat. So after the EMT, Bright brings home brings Leorio back to Leorio's suite. Yeah. A drunk Leorio, there we go. So here's some fucking lines. Keep drinking like that and I won't replace your liver if you mess it up. I miss this. I missed you, Bright. And then, he's a repressed bitch, so he's be like, looks like your liver isn't the only thing that's messed up. Go sleep it off. And so he tries to leave, but Leorio's words stop him. You're allowed to stay, You're always running. You're always running away. You're allowed to stay, You're always running away from me. I wish you would stay. The warm lamplight illuminates his face and casts a shadow on Bright who's facing the door. Since you want me to. Is this what you want, Bright? Tell me. Don't hide behind my feelings. So, do you want to stay? Bright finally turns to look at Leorio. The lamplight blinds him. His eyes adjust. Bright takes a good look at Leorio. He takes a deep breath, remembering his failed loves, and Kura calling his selfish. He pushes his thoughts away. Memories of Leorio bubble up. Bright kisses Leorio. And it's the same format as that was not their last kiss. Ah! Yeah. And so, after Light becomes canon, they're now public knowledge that they're dating. And Kurapika feels regret and jealousy, and he realizes he's in love with Leorio, but he's not a bitch, so he keeps it a secret. And then Kurapika's entire bodyguard team gets into trouble, be it the Phantom Group, the fucking Succession Arc, whatever. They just get into trouble, okay? They get into trouble, big trouble. And then, of course, let's put it around almost the end of the Succession Arc. So maybe around the third week, fourth week, yeah. Third week, going into the fourth week or something, right? So, Leorio got included in this mess. Maybe he was on EMT duty. So, a nerve-wracking battle happens. Bright does his part, and he escapes safely. He's disheveled, he's injured, but he's fine. And Leorio's like, I'm so happy to be reunited with Bright. But he realizes Kurapika is still in danger. Remember though, Leorio in this universe wants to protect his friends. He's desperate to protect his friends. He's desperate to not lose his friends. So he fucking books it and chases after Kurapika. So they fight the big bad. And then everybody makes it out safely. And finally, because in this universe, Kurapika doesn't fucking die. I sure hope he doesn't in the canon, because I will cry. And so, they all congregate in one area after the fight. Kind of, it's like the post-fight talk. And Bright is happy to see everyone. He sees his own reflection. His hair is a mess out of its usual bun. But he doesn't care. He's happy right now. And he sees Kurapika smile. For the first time, Kurapika smiles, yo! Kurapika smiles. I don't think I've seen Kurapika smile in the entire Succession arc. And Leorio's looking at Kurapika like he's hung the stars. Bright looks at Leorio looking at Kurapika, and then his eyes wanders to his own reflection, then back to Kurapika, then back to his own reflection, then back to Kurapika, then to Leorio, who's looking at Kurapika with pure adoration. Realization hits. Oh. And there's just a flashback of, and yet, here you are with me without her number in your pocket. Clearly, you have a penchant for blondes. Blondes. He realizes, in this scene, I want the visuals to be I want the visuals to be just match cutting over and over again from Kurapika to Bright to make the viewers understand how similar Bright and Kurapika look like each other. Okay. And then, you fools! It was plot relevant all along! And then continuing here, Bright breaks up with Leorio. And of course, Leorio's not happy with that. Are you kidding? There's no way I'll be fine with this. Why? Did I do something? Bright, say something. Don't you get it? You're in love with Kurapika. What? Ever since the beginning, you were never in love with me. I was your replacement for Kurapika. You love him. What are you talking about? That's not. And then he can't fucking continue that sentence because he remembers the one time where Bright fell asleep in his arms. And, that's going to be roundabout in the that's going to be in one of the flashbacks from, what do you call this? From the fucking post York New. Or that's exactly when he found Bright fucking half dead sleeping. Okay? It's either of those two, okay? So he accidentally called Bright Kurapika because his hair was down. So clearly he accidentally thought of Kurapika, and he clearly thought of Kurapika that way, and that's where he realizes and he can't continue that sentence because he doesn't realize it. And Bright goes, "Go, tell him." Bright leaves Leorio's room. Leorio's utterly lost, because he realizes he's in love with Kurapika. So he finally calls up Mari for advice. Remember, okay, here's Leorio, and here's Mari. Okay, so Leorio finally calls Mari for advice because he realizes he's in love with because of the situation. Normally, Bright is the one who talks to Mari because they kind of update each other, blah blah blah. Because Leorio is a busy bitch TM who sinks himself into study. And then, so she just literally polyamory, polyamory. So Leorio's like, "What? Kurapika tried to kill him. How could that even work?" Little does he know, Mary's dating Ging and Paristam! Woo! Woo! So, polyamory works, apparently. So, Leorio tries to talk to Bright, shut down, so he goes talk to Kurapika. Bright and I broke up. Why? I realized that I was in as in currently and not past, Leorio. What I'm trying to say is, I've realized something. I'm in love with you, Kurapika. I've always loved you. But here's the problem. I'm in love with Bright too. I'm not kidding. I love both of you. What do I... Let's get going then. Wait, where? You idiot. Where else? We're going to Bright. Idiot? Wait, slow down. Why? Didn't you hear? You plan to date both of us, right? So we need to talk to him. Unless that wasn't your plan. No, I do. I do want to date both of you. It's just that... Does this mean you... For a smart man, you sure are dumb. Yes, I'm in love with you, Leorio Paladinite. I guess I'm dumb too, because I only recently found out that I love you. Ah! You know, if Kurapika was more like this, is redeeming your eyes. Redemption, redemption, redemption. This is Momo Bisque pandering, TM. So Kurapika fucking busts down the door at Bright's room. Yeah, cause this is the last. Yeah, this is happening around the last week at the fucking Black Whale. So Kurapika busts down the door because we need brash Kurapika again. You know, we just need a little bit of brash Kurapika because people forget that Kurapika's a brash bitch. You know, okay, so here. So Ooh, okay, Bright. Bright, you're wrong. You're right that I've always been in love with Kurapika. And yeah, I'm stupid for not noticing that earlier. But that doesn't mean my feelings for you were never true. I do love you. And it was cowardly that I didn't pursue during York New. Now we're finally in an actual relationship. I don't want to lose you. Either of you. So please, I want all three of us to work out. Leorio, but Kurapika will be troubled. Why would I be? Monogamy was never a part of the cult of Kurt. Why would I be? Monogamy was never part of cult culture. So turns out, all kids are raised by the clan, and tourist hikers are there for the diversity in Kurta gene pool because the Kurta clan needs to fucking have a Kurta clan. Okay? So there we go. That's why Kurapika rules Conjurer TM is super chill with polyamory. So they all start dating. Well, rather, Bright is dating Leorio. Rather, Leorio has two boyfriends. Bright and Kurapika are not dating each other under the whole Kurapika's still pissed that Bright almost ate his clan's eyes. So they've had dinner every other day just so they can catch up. This night, they're doing it at Kurapika's apartment, and Bright's the one who's cooking. But Leorio can't come because he has work. So now cue the most awkward dinner. So here. Out of curiosity, why did you call me a walrus? Oh, it was because there's a walrus character from a book. He wept and cried so much while he ate the oysters he lured to their deaths. Oh. App comparison. So you see, fucking bruh. You fools! It was plot relevant. It was plot relevant all along, chat. It was plot relevant. Him getting called a walrus. That wasn't me just being fucking silly. No, he was a walrus because there's this walrus character who does this exactly. I was wilding when I was telling my brother about Bright as a character, and my brother immediately went, "Oh, walrus. The walrus." And I was like, "Wait, shit, there's a character like him?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He kept crying despite being the one to eat the oysters that he lured to their deaths. Okay, and I was like, bro, that's so Bright, wild. So and then Bright either mustering up self courage or deciding to flagellate himself again, ask, from what book was it? And then Kurapika just stands up and fetches Alice in Wonderland to give to Bright. And then Bright gets hit with nostalgia. This was the book that Sherry used to read to me all the time. After all this time, I can't believe I forgot about this. How could I have been so stupid? And here I thought I remembered everything about him. In my quest for self-flagellation, I forgot the happiness I felt with him. Thank you, Kurapika. You helped me remember my friend. Because he thought he remembered everything. That's why he got into being a doctor is so that he can understand all of the human body parts, so that he can commemorate Sherry, to know that every part that he ate from Sherry, that he remembers them vividly. Every time he eats, he remembers Sherry. He feels slightly closer every time he cannibalizes someone because he remembers exactly how Sherry tasted. He thought he remembered everything about Sherry. But no, he didn't. He forgot. He forgot the happiness. He forgot the title of the book that Sherry read to him. All his happiness got buried in his sadness. This is fun listening to from someone who knows absolutely nothing about this universe. Thank you. I'm glad you're having so much fun. Thank you. I'm going insane. Thank you, chat, for listening to me. We're almost done. This is basically almost the end of the story. So here. And then Kurapika's taken aback because he's just so genuine in the happiness. If you want, you can borrow that book. Just make sure to return it after. And then they get into Sasaki Miyano situation. Because in Sasaki Miyano, basically, Sasaki asks for recommendations of books from Miyano and basically borrows it from him. And basically afterwards, he reads all of them. He reads each book and then comes back to Miyano and gives him his basically book review. And then Miyano keeps giving him other books. So that happens for probably around a week. And they're not actually dating yet. I lied. It's not actually Leo Picite is actually canon there at the very end. No, they aren't. They're gonna fucking actually date around when they hit the Dark Continent because you fucking fools. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should have showed Kurapika. Here's Kurapika, by the way. Kurapika's fucking blonde. You see? Him and Bright look similar, yo. You see that? Fucking... There we go. Especially with Bright's hair down, yeah. And then Leorio. There we go. What do you call this? Oh yeah, because surprise, Victor fucking comes back during the Dark Continent because surprise, he also boarded the Black Whale. He fucking stole some schmuck's Black Whale ticket and then boarded it because he thought it would be fun. Maybe he'd find guilt at the Dark Continent, he thought. So he went there. So now he's here to and then he realized that he runs into Bright when he hits the Dark Continent. And then he finds out that Bright has a boyfriend now who's also dating another boyfriend. Fucking wild. He's gonna fucking mess that shit up. So that's when Kurapika fucking realizes that he's in love with Bright too. And that's when Leo Picite actually becomes canon. But because I don't know what the Dark Continent actually holds, I can't really call it that yet. But I really just want to say Leo Picite canon. So that's the explanation, okay, baby girls? And we've ended the story. But no. There's still more to cover. We have 30 minutes, baby. We can fit it within the 3-hour mark, okay? So, woo! We finished the story! Pachi. Let me go drink some water. Thank you for everybody who listened through the story area. Was this about an OC again? Yes, that was the entire OCs for the story. You got lost? No worries, I understand why you can get lost. That's why the PowerPoint is available. Here's the pinned comment. Let me just fucking copy or paste it again. There we go. So you guys can observe it at your own time. If you guys ever get bored one day and it's like, hey, what the fuck was Biscuit talking about for the entire fucking 3 hours? You can just pull it up and go oh, that's what they were cooking. So here are the Arc Bones. So we finished the story, right? I need you guys to know what the fuck I was cooking. So here's how it goes. So Bright first starts out with selfish self-hate. So selfish self-hate. He's also suave in his selfishness. I want to emphasize the fact that Bright is indeed selfish, but he himself doesn't realize that he's being selfish. Because remember, okay? 1, Sherry spoils him. Sherry thinks that he deserves the world. Bright grew up with not gonna lie, kind of low self-esteem and high standards because he is in a very rich family, TM. But Sherry is the one who spoils him. He tells him that he's worth everything, that the world is deserved to him. So when Bright asks for something, it's not out of malice. It's that he genuinely just didn't think that it would be a trouble for the other person. Because to Sherry, it was never any trouble for Sherry. If Bright asked for the stars, Sherry would give him not only the stars but the moon as well. And Sherry would never complain. Bright didn't realize that, he was being selfish. Also, he was fucking dating Victor. So Victor's selfish tendencies didn't rub Bright the wrong way either, because Sherry raised him that way. So he just has high self-hate because of the atrocities he's committed, and also because Victor keeps putting him fucking down. But also, he's still selfish because Victor made sure to, one, make him know that he's better than other people because Victor is dating him. Victor is dating him. So therefore, you're supposed to be better than other people. But also, you're not good enough for me. I'm settling for you. You should be lucky that you're dating me. He's not outright saying that, but he's always making Bright feel that. So that's why he's like that for his current arc. Undertale music be a vibe. It does, right? And so he finally gets with the overcompensation because he realizes during the prison break arc that Victor over here is a selfish ass bitch. That Victor and him are not cut from the same cloth. Victor has never felt guilt. So, because of that, he overcompensates and becomes a martyr that nobody asked for. He eats he forces himself to eat nen organs, even though if he asked Leorio would probably be happy to give him tiny bits of his own organs or his own human skin, just so Bright doesn't have to eat nen organs and suffer by himself. He could figure out a way to get him away from, to wean him off his unhealthy coping mechanism. Because chat, if you're gonna be like, oh, Bright doubling down on his cannibalism and relapsing on his cannibalism is unrealistic, and like Bright doesn't want to get imprisoned because he can't eat human flesh despite not really enjoying human flesh, TM, is unrealistic. No, it's because bad coping mechanisms really dig into your brain. They make you irrational. Bad coping mechanisms are like that. When you get a bad coping mechanism, it will worm into your brain and tell you, I am your number one priority. If you don't get to do me, everything will go bad. The entire world will crumble if you're torn away from me. So you need to do this. So there we go. Also, quick question. Is cannibalism canon in Hunter x Hunter or within humans? No. There has not been, so far, a cannibalistic human character. No. The only thing, there has been a chimera ant, basically a monster who kind of acts like a human. Yeah, a monster who acts like a human but is not human has ate their own kind. So, not human cannibalism, but chimera ant cannibalism, yes. So, then he gets a wake-up call from Kurapika calling him out on his selfish bullshit, and he gets a good support system via Mari, because he actually became friends with Mari over the course of Chase arc, and he does regular phone calls with her, and Leorio's back there to being friends with him, and he's, back to being friends with him. So he actually gets a support system so he can start doing his self-love and realize that he's atonement, because guilt and pity do nothing. Guilt and pity are just there for yourself. Guilt guilt and pity are only useful for the people who feel that guilt and pity. What you need is something proactive. You need to, for pity, you need to help the other person. For guilt, you need to correct your mistakes. That's why people say, people don't need your pity. They need your help. They need your understanding. Okay? So, whenever you think you pay somebody, try to think first, can you help them? Is there a way that you can help them? Of course, don't be a stupid don't be a not needed martyr. Don't be a not needed martyr and just, fucking do do the freaking what they call this, just do the right thing, TM. So going back to Leorio, here Leorio unfortunately cannot have major character changes because I worry he'll become out of character. Because if you think about it, Leorio from the beginning of the series, from the exam arc up until Black Whale arc, does not have any major changes in his character, which I find fucking awful. Honestly, it's a critique I have, because why doesn't Leorio change personality-wise even a little bit? I remember I rewatched Hunter x Hunter after finishing it, and I come back into the exam arc, and I realized Gon and Killua, I can't recognize them. They're basically different people. I know who they are, but like, it feels like looking into the past. But Leorio was always Leorio. And it's one thing to have Leorio like the stabilizing field. Because, you can have a story where a character never changes and they become the stabilizing thing in an ever-changing world. Because they already have the correct viewpoint and they're there to serve as a contrast for the rest of the characters who have the currently wrong viewpoints. I'm pointing at you, fucking Gundam Unicorn with Banagher links. I fucking love Banagher links. Yeah, but the problem is, Banagher link only works because Banagher exists in the entirety of the story. Therefore, you're always thinking, whenever they're having any conflicts, you're thinking, Banagher would have done it differently. If they just listened to Banagher, everything would be right. You'd constantly compare their ideologies to Banagher. But Leorio isn't there. Leorio's ideology aren't there. Thank you for the hydrate. So he doesn't work as a stabilizing factor. Also, Leorio, so yeah, therefore, I am fixing that. I'm giving Leorio character depth. So, Leorio is a very idealistic character. So, he only really thinks in, okay, he only really, thank you for the big stretch. Okay, he really only thinks in black and white. So, he also thinks that prison is good. Because most people think prison is good. But then he learns that people have circumstances. He realizes that, Bright went through a lot of shit. It doesn't excuse what he did, but it explains a lot of it, There you go. Yeah. And because of that, he learns to broaden his perspective and realize that prison isn't actually that good, TM. Well, the current prison system isn't actually that good because, the prison isn't actually there for what it's intended to do, which was to help reform criminals into becoming law-abiding members of society again. No, currently the prison system is being a place to house the undesirables of one's government, and that he learns the nuance there. Whoa, nuance, baby. So he learns to broaden his eyes there. Okay, lovely. So I believe that that'll make him feel more mature compared to the whole idealisticness, because even Killua and Gon learned nuance, TM. So and then from being reactive, he becomes proactive and becoming from weak, and he was too weak to do anything about it. So that's why he was reactive, right? He's too weak to do anything, so he's mostly a reactive person, you know. He's always like, whoa, wild, whoa, but he isn't really doing anything to actually do something. He's more or less being told to do something, you know, mostly because he's in the Hunter exam arc. He was, not gonna lie, he was hard carried through the Hunter exam arc. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm like, bruh, I don't want that. So he learns from loss. Is this loss? He learns from the loss, and he learns to be proactive and protective. Because he was weak and cowardly about his situationship with Bright and didn't pursue it into an actual relationship, he lost Bright. He lost Bright to Bright's own madness, TM. And because of that, and because of that, he realized he can lose his friends. And therefore, he becomes more proactive and starts learning Nen properly. Because in the actual show, we don't know how devoted Leorio is to Nen. Because, you know, the show is still Hunter x Hunter. But as of now, Leorio is more concerned with being a doctor. It's good that he's being a doctor because that was his main dream. But, you know, I feel like he'll limit himself if he only pursues being a doctor, because you can be both a doctor and a hunter. So he needs to fully unlock his potential by being more proactive and unlocking himself better. And he becomes protective. Points back to fucking when he ran after Kurapika. Yeah. He runs after fucking Kurapika over here. Yeah. Because he realizes, I don't want to lose my friends again. TM. So there we go. So he becomes proactive and protective now. And because of the bisexual realization, yes, the bisexual realization was part of the plot. That helps him in self-actualization, because he realizes who he truly is and who he cares about, and therefore he fights for it, because now he is proactive and he wants to protect what he truly loves. So there, I wasn't just being silly, chat. I had a character arc. So here's the Drabbles. All of this, I didn't really have anywhere to put this in, but here they are. So, you know, I'll just there we go. Yeah. So, Bright's the type to pray before meals, and Leorio doesn't really do that, but he picked that up, and just imagine them just fucking going, Sherry, I'm sorry for eating another meal without you, but I can't stop, because if I do, I'll be wasting the life you gave me. I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, thank God, this meal Bright made looks super good. Oh man, I'm so happy I'm alive. Yeah, oh my God, the fucking contrast between the two of them, right? So yeah, Bright's the fucking type, okay. He's like, I'll be wasting the life that you gave me. So, you know, Bright's currently stuck in this situation where he's like, okay, he can't die, because if he dies, he's disrespecting Sherry by wasting the life Sherry gave to him. But he can't enjoy life either, because he's disrespecting Sherry because he's enjoying life without him. Sometimes he indulges himself a little bit. He lets himself slip from time to time. And sometimes he does let himself slip into fucking not taking care of himself properly from time to time. You know, he slips back and forth. But he's stuck in a limbo of basically not living a life to begin with. Wait, they pray to his dead friend? Okay. Bright is Catholic. But he's just obsessed with his dead friend, okay? He only prays to his dead friend while they're eating, okay? Like that. His prayer before meals, he prays in the sense that he talks to him. You know? He does believe in God and everything, but he's personally talking to Sherry, because eating and Sherry is so fundamentally linked, because Bright did eat Sherry. So that's why Sherry and eating are connected. That's why. Fun fact, Jesus is a Nen user and real in Hunt x Hunter. Yes. Because it does exist. Yes, Jesus does exist in the Hunter x Hunter universe, because they reference St. Peter's cross in Crollo's clothing. There we go.
So yeah. So another thing. There we go. Drabbles. So Leoria's apartment used to be really, really fucking messy. Like, his bachelor pad was utterly fucking messy. It was small, it was cramped, he had no time to clean. He only had, like, pizza and convenience store meals in his fridge, and also beer because he's Leorio. But then, Bright, he came in because, the fucking shop, the restaurant was closed. So, Bright comes in with Leorio, and he's just holding the groceries that they got earlier. And he's just like, bro, you live like this? Remember, chat, Bright lived up rich in a clean place, so of course he's not gonna be used to messy places. So Drabbles, what do you think Bright does on his day where he doesn't have work? So remember his, what do you call this? Remember his fucking, outfit? So his outfit that he does is, fucking arcs. There we go. His outfit, you see this robe one? The fucking robe? Yeah, that's what he wears on his day off. TM. Also, Leorio never wears a shirt at home. He only wears a pants. There we go. That's very important information, mind you. Let's go to Drabbles. Yes. Romance arc. There we go. Lovely. Now we're hitting Drabbles. No work day. Present. So here. He spends all of his day in bed watching cooking videos, vegan ones of course, and he reads the Bible. He has a physical one that's honestly been so used, it's almost falling apart. It's barely holding on to there. Yeah. And when he's finally guilty, I spent too long in bed. I guess I'll do something, right? Because I'm wasting the life that Sherry gave to me by doing nothing. So he goes and cooks the recipes he found online. And he likes cooking, but he hates eating. He's a fucking fool. So instead of, he's a self-flagellate because there's an easy solution to this. Donate the food that you made. But also donating the food that he made means that he will have to step out of his apartment when he's not needed to, and therefore he doesn't want that. Yeah. So instead, he self-flagellates by eating the food that he made, even though he doesn't want to. Also, I want to make sure around the Black Whale romance arc, right? When Black Whale romance arc, he actually starts to slowly develop a better habit with eating. With the help of Leorio. Because Leorio's like calling him out on his bullshit already. He's like, bro, you're not eating properly. Nutrition. Didn't you learn the fucking food pyramid? The food plate? You're a doctor, right? Bro, come on, eat. Relatable except reverse. Love eating, hate cooking. Good for you. Yeah, please don't be like Bright. Do not be like Bright. Do not be like Bright, okay? Learn from his mistakes. He made these mistakes so you don't have to. And then he makes stained glass art because he offers it up to Sherry at his own home altar. Remember the home altar where he was first introduced with. So he is a recipe follower because Momorin asked me, hey, does Bright improvise or is Bright a recipe follower? And it's like, yo, fuck, he's a recipe follower because he wants to connect to people, but he doesn't want to be hurt by them. Points to Sherry, points to Victor. Golly gee williker, Batman, I wonder why. It's like he had bad experience with people and being left behind. So now he just thinks that recipes are like a snapshot of a person's life. That's their everyday meal. That's the food that they made for a celebration, you know? It gets them to see who, and Bright is the type to actually like reading the story sections of the recipe blogs. Wild, I know. But then he learned to improvise because of love. And by love, I mean Leorio. The L in Leorio stands for love. Because, you know, what? You're gonna expect the fucking, you're gonna expect the convenience store to have shallots. You're gonna expect them um, to have crab cakes, to have filet mignons. No, actually no. They probably won't. No, or at least vegan versions of that, bro. He won't be able to find a lot of the vegan substitutes that he normally has in the nearby stores because it's Leorio's place. Of course, he's just living by the supermarket TM. So now he makes up his own recipes. And now he is no longer in Server's life. He is now a contributor. He is no longer observing the life safely from a distance from a window, but now is participating in it. Whoa! Thanks, Leorio. Whoa! So there we go. And also, so you know, he's now a contributor to life, and Leorio knows how to fucking cook now. So Bright doesn't so about being sheltered, you know, he is a sheltered rich kid TM. He doesn't really know exactly what hunters are. That's how sheltered he is. So he says, I don't really have the time to ask my clients what they do for a living when I'm operating on them. I don't really care either. All I know is that if they have weird injuries, that's probably a hunter. Oh, for some reason, they immediately ready to give their what they call this. Fuck, I misspelled here. For some reason, hunters in are ready are always there we go. For some reason, hunters are always ready to give up their organs when I operate on their friend. Yeah, because, you know, hunters have seen it all. The Nen bullshit, yeah, they've seen it all, baby. They're like, oh, you need my organ so you can operate on my friend? Okay, sure, no fucking problem. Oh, you're gonna replace my organ too? Oh, fucking sure, take it all. Go. Just fix my friend. And he is the type to loophole an Envow because, you know, Victor didn't teach him that. And I hate this. Momorin fucking just pointed this out to me because that shows how much Victor controlled the amount of information he gave to him. Controlling bitch Victor. No, he isn't a manipulator because, guys, remember, manipulator Nen types aren't the same as manipulate, mansplain, male wife, gaslighters. No, manipulators are argumentative and family oriented type of beat. They do sometimes actually manipulate people, but that's not their main thing. Also, Victor is more of a transmuter because he is fickle. Sometimes he does genuinely like you and enjoy you because he doesn't see anything wrong with what he's doing. But sometimes he does, you know, pulls a little hee haha. For him, he's doing little pranks. Atrocities are pranks to him. But he doesn't feel any guilt. That's why he's also part enhancer, because he doesn't feel guilt to it. For him, it's just him being curious. He's wholeheartedly being curious. There we go. A manipulator would manipulate somebody with the intent to manipulate them as evil and be happy with that evil. Meanwhile, Victor is just being silly. There we go. So that's why also he was trying to loophole Nenvow, hence why he created Nen organs TM. And then here, brothers. So Bright can tell Mary's real age because you see, Mary here, she looks young, right? She looks young, spry and pretty. You think she'd be like in her 20s or like mid-20s, right? But no. She's 30 or 32, depending on the story. But yes, she's that. And then Bright can tell that though. Leorio couldn't. Leorio was shocked TM, but Bright was like, yo. But Bright mistakes Gon as Leorio's little brother. I am here. I am a Gon Leorio brother truther. So, your little brother looks so much like you. How come you never talk about him? We're not related? Yeah, fine, spoon. And back to family. Leorio does think of Mari as his mother, while Bright and Mary call each other regularly. They're a good support system. Like Bringer Trio, my beloved. So they go visit Mary for Mother's Day. Of course, Gona's there too, and of course Aunt Mito is there too. So, hey, like you're the one to talk, right? She's basically your mom too. Of course, she's my mother-in-law. Now go and introduce me to her brother. There. That's for Goan part. Oh, it's Leorio's boyfriend. You've told him about me? I haven't seen Gon in ages though. When we left your apartment, Killua told me you were definitely dating someone. And your smell is all over him. So, I kinda guessed. Was I wrong? That punk! Wait, smell? Whatever. No, you're not wrong, Gon. Also, the whole smell thing, that's a fucking callback. That's a fucking callback to during the Kirins in the cedar tree. When Killua visits them to take the hunter exam, they're like, "Oh, you smell just like Gon." Yes, they are boyfriends, and therefore, Leorio and Bright are also boyfriends. Down, yes. Also, here's Sherry's color palette. Sherry does not have an actual design yet, but Sherry has a color palette. Blam. There we go. Sherry would probably be of a slightly tanner or darker skin color, I believe. Yes. There we go. This would probably be Sherry's shirt. This would probably be Sherry's accent color. This would probably be Sherry's eyes. Actually, no. Maybe that'll be skin color. I'm not sure. Either this be skin color, this be skin color. Either way, one of them's the hair color, and one of them's the eye color. Okay, I think this should be the eye color. I don't know, man. I think maybe this should be the eye color. I don't know. Anyways, so Sherry, you're probably wondering what the fuck is up with Sherry. Let's go play the Sherry song. Let's play his character song, okay? You guys just like go and so his character song is Mephisto. His butler song, when he's a butler, it's a bitter chocolate decoration. But in terms of character songs, there we go. Here. Let's go play it. There we go. So there, Mephisto perfectly shows how much shit he's went through and how he's willing to give his all to Bright even though he's not there with him anymore. And how he wants Bright to shine. TM. Is audio okay? Lovely. So, we're almost done, chat. We're almost done. Oh, shoot. Last chan. Okay, so continuing. Okay, so he went actually. Shit. I accidentally clicked through a. How do I stop that? Fucking. Okay, you know what? Sure. Percent full screen. Percent. There we go. Lovely. So, Sherry went through a butler death match, a butler death game basically, just to be picked. That's all the shit that he's actually went through. He went through so much because he's a Meteor City resident. And now, if Sherry was alive, they'd basically be canon Hunter x Hunter. So they never meet any of the characters or something, I guess. So they move out after Bright hits 18. Bright technically stole Sherry because Sherry doesn't have citizenship, but Bright gets his own citizenship now. Okay, because they moved out. So Bright's more soft-spoken. He's, he doesn't hate himself as much because Sherry's always there to cheer him up, TM. And Sherry's just a little rapscallion because he couldn't have a proper fucking time, TM, because, butler deathmatch. So Bright still has to become a doctor because aesthetic, TM. But also he needs a high-paying job because he needs to support him and Sherry. And also they just still live in York New because they don't like living in the forest, TM. And Sherry likes living in a big city because Meteor City is a dump, TM. So he was like, nice. Yeah, and Bright likes it because it's nice not to be in the forest, TM. And so Drabble's name meanings Sherry, as in Sherry. He's named after Mary Shelley, the writer of Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, the writer of Frankenstein. And Sherry alcohol, because alcohol addiction, because Sherry does lead Bright down into a dangerous thing because of the whole cannibalism. And then Bright, I name him Brightfield because Brightfield told me to name him Brightfield. Originally, he was just going to be named Brightfield as an actual BRIGHT Brightfield, right? As in the brightening field. But then I realized that was a bit too kind of on the nose. I was like, okay, what if I change the spelling to Bright, BRYTE? And then, just keep it like that, make it quirky. But I searched up what does bright mean, and it so happens that bright means to break or violate. Well, it's like perfect for a cannibal, perfect. And in the field reminds me of harvest, and harvesting organs or harvesting food. Whoa! And then he needed a first name because Momori needed it for the story. So his first name became Cain because Cain is the first murderer. Killed somebody important to him, and the most important thing here is he did not ask for forgiveness. In Cain, it was out of pride. Cain basically said to God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" When God asked him, "Yo, where's your brother?" and he was like, "Am I my brother's keeper?" Bro was sassing God, wild, wild man. So he didn't ask for forgiveness. He did pride, TM. And let's go play Bitter Chocolate Decoration. Because that's his butler song anyways. There we go. Lovely. So, because of that, he's doomed. He became doomed because he never asked for forgiveness. And in Bright's case, it's similar. He's also doomed, but he didn't ask for forgiveness because he didn't think he was worthy. To. Either way, both of them did not ask for forgiveness. So, another name nicknames, Victor. Victor's name Victor because named after Victor Frankenstein, but made keyword to sharpness, and it's because he abandoned the monster that he created, aka Bright, because he made Bright worse and then ditches him. TM. Okay, there we go. And then for aesthetic notes, Sherry likes ribbons because it represents a frivolous fun that he never experienced back in actual Meteor City, now that he's living a more cushier lifestyle. And with Bright, he likes buttons because he can think and introspect while he's buttoning all of them, So, yeah, whether he's self-flagellating himself or thinking about how much he's happy to live life right now depends on whether you're in the start of the story or at the end of the story. So, Victor, it's belt because it's utilitarian, but then also it invokes the images of punishment, as in belting somebody, which I don't approve of. What the fuck? But also, having one belt is good, right? It's utilitarian and cold and TM. But with having so many belts, it brings up the idea of rebelliousness and immaturity, because it's like the character design of not knowing what to fucking do, so you just put a shit ton of belts on him. That's why. And then, Bright and Kurapika purposely look alike. Here. You see this? They look alike, TM. I specifically made them look alike, TM. It's just the art styles are different. Promise, they look alike. There we go. That will be in the character notes. Anywho. I think that's almost done. Yeah. And then, days before the legal Leo Picite wedding, because they actually will get married, not in the actual show, but just I need you to know that they will be getting married, but then, Kurapika's worried. Because, how the fuck is the last name shtick going to happen anyways, Who's gonna take whose last name? So they're like, would they really be so kind as to take my last name? What if they don't want the name of the monster's red-eyed Kurta? I mean, it's only understandable. And then, Bright calls it out. Leorio actually hounds them down. And then they reveal that they were always planning to take the Kurta name because they thought it was obvious. Because Leorio doesn't really use his last name of Paladinite anyways. And Bright, Bright knows that Kurapika loves his last name more. Because Bright does like using his last name as his first name. Because Bright hates his name Cain. Remember, because he knows the Bible, he's read the Bible, and he doesn't like being called Cain because it reminds him of his past misdeeds. He thinks it's a punishment. He thinks it's divine punishment, TM, being called Cain. Normally he will self-flagellate, but he just doesn't, he just doesn't want to be called Cain. So he just calls himself Bright. So he's like, yeah, it'd be too confusing with 3 Mr. Brightfields running around. So, because of that, and now they finally fucking say, Kurapika Kurta, will you allow us to be part of not only your life, but the Kurta clan too? And there, it becomes Kurapika Kurta, Leorio Kurta, Brightfield Kurta, whoa! And don't worry about the whole fucking bloodlines, because there are test tube babies, and they can have open relationships, because it's Kurta tradition, and there are human homunculi, where Bright can just make female versions of Bright and Leorio. Blame! And that is the end! How did you survive? Chat, who are alive? Anybody who's alive? I can see like 11 people. 11 people viewing. Don't worry, lurkers. I love all of you. Mama. Yeah. I will be in the voice chat for like 15 minutes just to see if anybody wants to talk. I'll be here for like 15 minutes and then I'll have to skedaddle on to sleep and raid somebody. There we go. I'm going to streamers VC. So if any of my supers, if any of my supers wants to come on in and talk to me. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Wait a second. Let me edit the sound effects right now.
All good.
Okay, lovely. Okay, can you speak? You did
Yeah.
it! Alive, whoopee! Okay, I just want to make sure that Momorin has one.
Good job on the presentation. It was
Thank you.
interesting
I'm glad
from
you
someone
actually
that has
Yeah.
from someone that knows nothing, absolutely nothing. My brain hurt.
Thank you. My brain hurt too. Also, Momorin, you have supers, by the way, just in case you want to skedaddle on over. There we go. You don't have to, of course, but like, I'm just saying. Oh my god, I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it, Ashley. There we go. There we go. If you want some clarifications, I'm here.
No, good. My brain can't handle it.
Yeah. So there you go. There's
Hi,
certainly a
Mama.
fever dream. Hi, Mama.
I'm gonna sound like the dead because it is quite late, but hello.
There we go.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. How are you?
I think I sat and played like
I'm just trying to
Monhun
hide.
through like the first half of this,
Uh-huh.
and I got mega pissed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
So
Monhan does that to people for sure.
yeah,
What do you think,
it does.
Momorin? You're so you see, Ashley meet Momorin, Momorin meet Ashley.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Ashley has seen my descent into Monster Hunter. I wish I could descend more. And Momorin has seen my descent into
Madness.
madness.
I wouldn't
of
necessarily say
Hunter x
see
Hunter.
because I've been fueling them constantly
Thank you
every
for the
turn I
hydrate.
get.
Yes, they're responsible why that's ended up into 81 pages. Because honestly, I've been talking to my friends. I've been mentioning to my friends that I have a Hunter x Hunter OC. None of them have asked to see him. I've just been going, "Hey, here's pictures," or "Hey, I made a picture of my OC." And they go, "Nice, rad. They look
Nice.
pretty." And then they don't ask me anything about them, which I respect because they don't watch Hunter x Hunter. But like,
So they'd be as lost as I was.
yes, but they never ask. They never ask about the TM. So if Momorin left me to fucking wither by myself, Bright would never have gone this far. Also, I want you guys to know that Bright has 2 moles. Yes, Bright has 2 moles underneath his eyes because I thought that looked like tear marks because this fucker doesn't actually only cries twice throughout the entire series. He almost cries when he got a head pat from Mari.
I see an Aspen in the chat.
Oh my god, Aspen, Void observe it. Yeah, hi.
And Gatito, of course.
Yeah, hi, gatito, hi. Yeah, what do you call this? Hi, Aspen, I'm so sorry. Your first stream of mine had to be this. Actually, no. Yeah, you're a sub. Whoa, nice. Hi, Aspen. I do remember
Done.
your name. I remember reading about you. No, you don't, CT. Yeah, here. Here's my.
I think that was from the subathon.
Yeah, I know.
Because
Uh-huh.
remember
Yeah.
Aspen wrote to me, what the fuck?
Wait.
After
What?
because
Aspen
of
wrote
this
to you?
because of yeah.
Yeah.
I know I know
Yeah.
Aspen, so it's like
Hi, Aspen. Yeah, what
it's
happened?
like we had during the subathon when I just smacked out like well, I'm dying. Give me a second. We had like I just sent out like, well, how many subs did I end up? 20?
Mm-hmm.
And Aspen just got one of them and then wrote me like, what the fuck? What is this?
Hello, it's so nice to meet you. I'm a friend of Ashley now. Are we friends? Maybe I'm not. I don't know. So
Yes, we're friends.
Okay.
It's-
Sorry, I thought I was being parasocial. Even though we talk off stream and shit. Whoa, maybe I was being parasocial.
You like casually talk so much.
Yeah. Also, yes, I do know your name because I know that you followed. I remember you're reading out your name in a follow. I think. Don't call me wrong. Anyways, I remember reading your name once. Yeah.
Sorry
so,
for putting so much attention on you, Aspen.
Yeah, we give a lot of attention to everybody who drops by, because we love people here. So yeah, I just went through. For context, what I just went through is I went through 81 pages of me explaining my Hunter x Hunter OC, and it took me roughly 3 hours because I did start like 30 minutes late because I had to do I was 15 minutes late to stream because I was drawing this and I was adding the art references in because I only finished this drawing at 8:45 p.m. and I have to start stream at 10 p.m. So it took me a little bit just to get this and had to get like the power the thingy-mabobbin. I'm sorry,
It's
my
certainly
Wi-Fi
worth
died.
it,
I didn't get to
though.
hear any of it. So
Bright is so pretty though. I'm still just looking like he's pretty though. I'm sobbing.
I'm glad you think he's pretty.
He is pretty.
I went through so much effort. I had to redraw this fucker so many times because I just couldn't get him right. And I was like, shit, man. Also, he has those really sexy gloves, of course. The one that only goes halfway through your hand. Don't worry, he has antiseptic aura, so his hands are fine. They're clean, I promise. I'm fine, so I decided didn't get to hear any of that. Oh, I was just saying, I read your name once. I'm not sure where. I think it's either through a follow or a sub, but I've read your name once before, and I'm so glad to meet a friend of Amber. The Amber. Fuck.
Yes,
Ashley.
also Amber. Also
Okay,
Amber, not
also
even
Amber.
not even
Yeah.
wrong there.
Okay, so yeah, a friend of my friend is also a friend of mine. Yes, Momoma. And yes, I just went through an entire 81 PowerPoint slide of my OC. So yeah.
Not long enough.
Not long enough.
Not
Yeah,
enough.
actually, me and Momorin are going to be adding to the AU way more. Because you think the story is fucking done? You think the story is done? No! We're going to make an alternate universe where we can put where it's basically a mobbage. An AU where basically, Fate Grand Order, nothing matters, but also at the same time, everything matters TM, you know?
I was gonna guess a high school AU because I know that's a very popular alternative people do.
Oh, do you think there's like instances? Maybe we could make it like instances, you know? Like, you know how Nov's Dimension basically has a bunch of little doors in it, right? Doors and rooms. What do you think? They can
That
have
could work,
multiple instances,
because
That's-
right?
Sure.
In Mobijas in general, there's a lot of like themed events. There will definitely be a high school AU one for sure.
Right? Because for sure, yeah. So basically, we're just gonna milk the fuck out of our characters until they can't do anything anymore. I'll be reading this before I get into Fate, just because why not? Oh, this is not Fate. This is not Fate. This Hunter x Hunter. I was just this Hunter x Hunter. Don't worry, Hunter x Hunter is just as long as Fate Grand Order. No, JK. Hunter x Hunter is way easier to get into than Fate Grand Order, because Hunter x Hunter is on Netflix. It's available in both Japanese dub and English dub. So there we go. You've lurked in a few streams of mine. That's greatly appreciated.
Or just pirated in Minecraft, of course.
Only in Minecraft. So yeah, there we go. Oh God, do any of y'all?
We only condone illegal activities in Minecraft.
There we go. Also, Cha, how do you feel about Bright's evil ex-boyfriend?
I'm not gonna say anything. You already know how I feel about him.
No, go pop off, pop off.
Oh my
Pop
god, no!
off.
I was like, I hate that you made him so cute. That he gave him such a cute voice. I just wish to throw him off a building and I put him under 10,000, like buried under the dirt so deep that no one can dig him out. This stupid asshole.
He is, and he's so genuine about it too. Also, yes, he must have the cutest button nose ever, TM. God. So yeah, and he has a I'm not sure about these fucking names for the aura properties, because Pyrocrat is a name of of the deadliest poison ever, because it's a herbicide and there's no known cure and it kills instantly. Yeah, the supplement is like, ooh, like vitamin supplements maybe, and then mercury, because I was looking for poisons that have to damage over time, and then I realized, ooh, it's like mad as a hatter, TM, like through long exposure to mercury you go insane, TM. So I was like, okay. And then compound as a name for whatever mixture of anything. There we go. So yeah, isn't it kind of fucking wild that phagocytosis, yo? Because it just reflects his personality so much. He steals the energy off of others for his own benefit, this bitch. But also, he's so willing to, but he isn't just a bitch who just always keeps others down. If he likes you, he will improve your life, but he will take it away. TM. So yeah, so by the way, so since you do, so he can supplement and change properties, right, TM? So when I was saying that Bright is pretty strong for a person who only just picked up like for a person who picked up Nen 2 to 3 years ago, right? And still has work and can't basically be a full-time Nen student, TM. The reason why he's so strong is because of Victor. Because what Victor does is he steals, he drains out all of almost all of Bright's aura. So basically puts him in the fucking red, TM. And then he just changes the properties in order to make it enhancement, yeah, to enhance his Nen abilities, to enhance his specifically around manipulation, because that's what he's training Bright to do, TM. So there you go, bablam. So that's why if you think it's kind of cheating, it's because he is cheating. There we go. He's just like, okay. Character is so off the rails that Mercury brings them back towards Sati, and Sati barrier where they hit the attack. God. Honestly, this man is so insane. Blah. There we go. That is not a good word to miss. Okay. The Sati to Insan when hit by that attack, yeah. He's just like me, for real, for real. What do you mean he's just like me? Gatito, you should, what do you mean you're like, Gatito, I'm so scared. You don't want to be like Victor. God. Oh yeah, God, I felt so fucking smart when I was like, ooh, phagocytosis, ooh, macrophage. Oh, by the way, chat, these are all cell names. Macrophage are a name of a fucking, what do you call this? Macrophages are a type of cell in your body that eats diseases and things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the Nen aura pocket. So if you step into an invisible area, yeah, he makes imagine basically a sphere, amoeba shape floating in the air, and like make it real big. And then if you step into it, your life force gets drained out of you. Okay. There we go. So, lovely. So, yeah. Post-Zoldyck Estate. So, yeah, they were very gay shit that happened here. the fucking. I was really worried writing all of the fucking talking scenes because I was always worried that it's gonna be too cringe. Yeah,
No, it's not. You haven't seen real cringe yet. This is fine. You're fine.
I'm glad. There we go. Oh. So
Yeah, I second what Momo just said. I have read horrible shit.
Okay, understandable.
So this is good. This is just fine. Don't worry about it.
God. Thank you. I'm glad you think that it's alright. Gatito's
Yeah.
like, no one wants to be a victor. Shit. Chat, I hope y'all don't have any victors in your life. And if you do, please be like Bright and realize it so you can go fucking
Kill
leave
them.
him. Bright
No, I
doesn't-
missed something.
Yeah, Bright doesn't kill him, unfortunately. Yeah.
I-
Maybe
it-
in the Dark Continent. Maybe he will.
God damn it, stares at it like Togashi, when is the next chapter coming out?
God,
Aspen, what the
waiting for that.
fuck are you on about?
Exposed Ashley era? Oh my god. Do they have dirt on you? Did you wrote cringe, TM? Don't worry, I will eat it up. Okay, there you go.
No, they just yesterday on
Uh-huh.
yesterday on Amber's stream, I just got called out like for 30 minutes straight.
30 minutes straight? Oh god.
Yeah,
Love to
by
see it.
both Amber and Aspen.
That's banger, yo. That's banger. What were you called out for, if I may so ask? Don't worry, I won't call you out.
A lot of stuff.
Okay, wow.
And name trees go hard.
Name trees. God, yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Aspen is a good name.
Be-
I like the name
because
Birch. Birch.
Because Aspen, Pine, and Ash are all names of trees.
Oh shit! You guys are
Yeah.
a tree trio. You're a you're
A
a
trio? A trio?
trio. You're a trio. What the fuck? Is that allowed? Are you allowed
I
to
don't
use
know.
trios? Whoa. Was this fate? Did fate brought you together?
I mean, I guess so, considering.
Shit.
So, fun little story. So I like began following Amber back in when Starwood came out last year, so that's April last year. And apparently Aspen followed Amber the exact same day that I did.
Oh my god, you guys are brought together by fate. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's like fate right there. Yo, what kind of fate magic that's
Really
that?
funny coincidence.
It is. God. Fellas.
That is nearly a year ago.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, my anniversary is coming up. My anniversary is on the 23rd,
Yes.
and I have something special planned. Smile emoji.
Another
Very
biscuit.
excited.
No! 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 No, I have a special though. I have a special
Okay,
plan.
very exciting. We will wait for it.
Lovely. Okay.
Well, we kind of gotta.
Yeah, okay. God. Also, fellas, is it gay to be in a situationship with your boss, TM? I'm still fucking.
Well, that depends, right?
God.
Because you can't be gay to be in a situationship with your boss if it's straight.
I know.
You
I
know?
But shit, you know what I mean,
Kind
though.
of.
You know what I mean,
Yeah,
though. You
I know
what
what you mean. And yes, it is. Yes, it is.
God, I still fucking, I don't
No.
write. I don't
I-
write. I don't actually write. I'm just a silly little guy, and I never got confidence with my
I do.
writing. You write, TM?
Writing is fun.
Writing is fun, yeah. I never got confidence in my writing, so, but I keep fucking coming back to these lines that I made because these two lines I'm so happy with them. I was so fucking happy with them. But I know they're probably not the fucking best lines and they're probably cringy, but like in my eyes, I love them. The fucking your eyes often wander far for a straight man.
Please, the moment you dropped them to me, I was like, I'm gonna reach out and shake you. I'm screaming over them.
Thank thank you. And the fucking double whammy with the, and yet here you are with me without her number in your pocket. It's like, bro's calling you out. You could have left me for her. You could have told her, hey, give me your number. I'll go out with you soon. But no, you just had to phrase it in the gayest way possible without you realizing, oh, I'm sorry, I can't eat with you because I'm with someone. Bro, you just basically said, oh yeah, no, it basically translated no, like, yo, thank you, but like, I'm taken, ha 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 ha, you know. But that wasn't what you meant, you silly dumbass, you fuck, you dumbass. Acting like your guys are fucking taken without, when you don't even notice it. God. Nah,
Happens.
it is. If you're a guy dating who someone likes it, guys. Okay, there we go. Yes, we need the body pillows. God, what is the? Oh my God, the body pillows. What body?
The
pillows?
Dakimarus.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Dakimaras. Oh yeah, fuck.
You
I
mean we
forgot-
don't talk about it? Of course we're gonna talk
I
about it.
forgot to implement the throne. I was supposed to do something silly today. But I was so caught up. I was supposed to implement the throne of like, chat, if you want me to see me be stupid and spend $30 to make music, to hire my music man to make music for what do you call this? For Bright. Hand me $30. It will be so fucking funny. But then I guess that's too late. Okay, actually, you know what? It's never too late. We're gonna fucking put it up. There we go. Wait, we're putting it up. We're putting it up. Let's go to fucking throne wish list, baby. Here's to hoping I don't get myself doxxed. Wait a second. Let's put it up.
I love that that's always your number one concern.
Yeah, there we go. Ashley wants to talk about it? Yeah, the Dakimakuras, huh? Talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to begin talking about it, considering it was your idea
No, yeah, talk about
during the summithon.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it. Ha ha ha, yeah. Why? Yeah. Bright gets Bright gets a character team. There we go. I hire
We all
my,
need one bisque. See, Gatito agrees.
Yeah, I hire my music yeah. Wait a second. BGM for my silly Hunter x Hunter OC. Please. I made there we go. No. I made 81 slides of about them. And then I'll just fucking put this there to see, so people can see my insanity. Thank you. There we
Yes.
go. Fucking.
At some point, you're gonna create official merch for your baby. I feel it in my bones.
You're gonna make merch for them before you do yourself.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? No, I promise I will make merch of myself before I make merch of my OC. I promise.
Oh, you're gonna pull a smart ass move and then just do both at the same time.
Yes, 100% for sure.
There you go.
100%, yeah.
If this doesn't get funded, I'm funding it with my own money. I'm gonna fucking save up. I'm willing to lose a fucking liver for it. God. If I, there we go. So yeah, I guess I'm almost done with stream. We just I think I have like 9 more minis before I have to skedaddle on over.
It's been a
It's
very long stream.
late. Yeah, it's pretty late. But for some reason, you guys are here. So who's the real? Who's the
Well,
real silly guy now?
For me, it's 6:45.
No,
Oh,
you're
wow.
damn. Imagine time zones. It's wild.
I mean, I stayed up because you're doing this. That's the only reason.
Time
Yeah.
zones be wild.
You're
Huh.
there we go. Yeah, the time zones are wild. Ashley's a reasonable human being. You, Momarine, are you're a little freak,
No, I'm
aren't
not.
you? There we go.
No, I'm not. What the fuck?
Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Come on, just let me assume you're a reasonable human being for now.
No.
Let me gas you up. For me, it's only
No.
1 p.m. Okay, gatito. Okay, okay. We're also at a reasonable time. Okay, good. Also, I'm fucking still wilding at this. Fucking gets a separate allowance. Shit, man. It's like, no way a fucking student's gonna be able to live York New. In New York City? Living off
Is
of
York?
student...
Yeah, was York new? Just like that's just New York.
It
Yes.
is just New York. It
Because,
is just
okay,
Wow.
for context.
Is that's a canon thing or
Yes,
is
canon.
that?
Canon.
Oh.
The names of things in Hunter x Hunter are Zevil Island, Trick Tower, Cedar Tree, Whale Island, York New, Greed Island. Actually, no, Greed Island's kind of rad. Dark Continent, Black Whale. Those are the names of things in Hunter x Hunter. The only cool names.
I apologize. That sounds like a fucking 8-year-old named them. I'm sorry, but it's
I mean, it's great. It's great.
even
yeah,
York
it
knew.
is.
Even York knew. It's just that's
Right?
what did they give the
Like,
paper? Did they give the paper to like their child to be like, here, just
you see,
write
right?
names down?
Like Togashi, for what he makes up of very, very simple names, he makes up for it with absolutely buck wild story concepts that you're just sitting over and staring into the ceiling
The
after.
entire Greed fucking island. He was fucking playing 4D chess and I was being strung along. Okay, what else was there?
4D chess, okay.
Yeah, 4D's nuts! Yo! Fucking
Yo, you got me,
into
you
that
got
one,
me.
Woo! Fuck it, yeah.
Got me, you got
Yeah.
me.
So like, okay, so like even though the names of the names of the places are pretty bad, TM, the names of the powers are great.
Yes.
Fucking
Yes.
oh my god, one's called Godspeed. Oh my god, one is literally
That
called...
was the I'm so sorry. That was
No.
your example?
Okay, you have to understand. You have to be there when he yelled out Godspeed. It was really cool. Okay, but also
No,
other
this is just
examples-
a whole PSA to watch
It
Hunter
is.
x Hunter.
Godspeed, Bungee Gum. Wait, specifically Elastic Love, Bungee Gum, Jajangken, Chapter 7, Bankruptcy. God. Hotel Rafflesia. God, what else was there? Fucking, oh my god. Wait. Emperor Time. God. Judgment Chain. There was a bunch of fucking... what was the whole name for Sun and Moon. What was other names to have books? Yeah, what do you call this? Bandit Secret. What else? Yeah, Lovely Ghostwriter. Yeah, there's a bunch. There you go. Maybe my judgment is clouded, but I think personally, Godspeed. I love the name Godspeed. It's so cool. Also, context chat. I double love it because what do you call this? Recently, by recently I mean literally yesterday. In my D&D session, Mirari, who is a cult leader, committed
Like in real life?
D&D. Mirari.
Oh, okay. They're a cult leader in
Yeah.
D&D. Gotcha.
They're a cult. Okay. Yeah,
I-
they're a cult leader in D&D. Committed basically holy chiropractic. They yelled out, "Hand off God!" and then proceeded to do Naruto hand sides, vaulted over the fucking counter, and then immediately tossed this old woman onto the table, and then proceeded to chiropractor the fuck out of them, and then healed their ailments. Yeah. There we go, yeah.
Thank you for bringing to light names of abilities because oh my god, there's so many that are so horrible. Holy shit. Oh my god, I was like thinking like, oh, I know some cool ones, and I was just like, no, I don't. They're all suck.
Right? And then who gets an allowance? Like, is that a real thing that happens in the story?
Okay.
No. Okay. In the actual canon, no, because they barely explain what the mentorship program is. Even now, I don't fucking know what the mentorship program is. Because we barely get to see it because Leorio barely gets any screen time. So I came in here and I was like, okay, he gets a basic allowance, but then because
Brightfield is a selfish ass bitch. He gives him a separate allowance because Leorio's such a peach. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes, you were saying give some examples before have.
I have one that I like, but then like after that I was like, wait, there's like no good ones at all. Like, what the fuck is this? Sapphire Tear of the Emperor.
That's a mouthful
feel like it's a-
in it.
Yes, but it's also not meant to be said.
Ah. There we go. I guess okay. I kind of fuck with it.
It's
I kind of fuck
kind
with
of
it.
not spoiler alert really, but it's still because you don't get the names of the like the moves.
Understandable.
That is from Monster Hunter.
Really? Okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. I fuck with it knowing that they don't have to say it out loud. Okay, I fuck with it. Sure. Also, who gets an allowance? Wait, no. I mean, in general allowance. Yeah, IRL. At least internships over here. Some internships give you an actual allowance. Specifically, it's just for commuting and basic necessities. TM. But like, you don't
So,
expect much
like-
from it.
So like a pay?
No, it's not pay. It's an allowance.
Huh.
Yeah, because you don't get paid for internships here most of the time. Because internships, you know. Also, Mystery Meat, the perfect addition to the Peculiar Peach. Yes. Yes.
That's what I just read as well.
Yeah! Also, one of those is just rock, paper, scissors. Yes, Jajangken has a very specific, what do you call this? Plot reason to why it's called Jajangken. Also, I actually like Jajangken because if you think about it, Jajangken means literally, Janken means evil fist. So by repeating the Ja in Jajangken, it's like, what do you call this? It kind of repeats the evil, so it's like double the evil. But then, if you go, Jajan, like the sound effects of the done, right? But it's like, Jajan. Jajan is like the sound effects for the JP side. So it's like, Jajan, Ken. It's like, tada. You know, tada, it's rock, paper, scissors, bitch.
Mm.
Yeah. Tada, it's my
I
fist.
I feel you.
Okay, lovely. Also, look at that gay shit, too, of everything. So, I think our stream is coming to an end.
Look
Yes.
at that gay shit. That's just whenever anyone watches any of our streams.
True. Also, yeah, look at that. Two of everything? Fellas, are you in a relationship with your boss if your boss comes over almost like at least comes over every other day to make dinner and have dinner with you, and also they come over so much that they basically have their toothbrush, mug, and slipper with you and some of their clothes.
Now see, that's where I had said, okay, there's something going on. The first part is like, okay, that's kind of whatever. But the second part,
They have a
You said.
toothbrush in their place. Not just a toothbrush that they
The-
carry around
you-
in their place. They just have
you know the gay when the toothbrush is touched.
True. Shit, I really love the fucking. I felt so smart for doing the whole fucking Leora saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go cook vegan meals, okay?" And then fucking flash back to the whole, "Oh yeah, he taught me how to cook," and then flash fucking back to where he's eating mystery meat. It's like, bro. Vegan meals, such an inclusive bean. Yes, but yeah, his teacher
Yeah, they are.
taught him vegan meals. Yeah, but we saw
Devil
him
May
eating
Cry?
mystery meat. Why not Devil's Game or Devil's Hand? Because you really think Gon would say, Devil's Game! That's not Gon.
Yeah.
That's not Gon. He's a silly little guy. Yeah.
I don't understand, like, Gon is like 12 to 14 throughout the current timeline of the entire
Oh right,
series.
they're children.
Yeah, so of
are.
course. So you'd be wondering why he called it that.
Okay, there's either two sides to children.
really.
There's two sides to the children. Either they will make up a stupidly simple ass name, i.e. Gon, or they will make the edgiest shit up. Points to fucking Killua. Godspeed.
That's not.
Okay. It is fucking edgy because he's saying, oh, it's like Godspeed, as in Godspeed, like, oh, be fast, TM, but also it's like God's, it's like the speed of God, TM, but also,
Aspen being hung up on Godspeed. Okay,
I think they'll have to
Aspen,
watch Hunter x
Aspen,
Hunter for
Aspen,
it to,
you gotta
know.
you gotta agree with me. Godspeed is a cool name, right? Godspeed is a cool name. Please. Come on, Momo, you gotta agree with me.
So
I think-
I'm equally as biased to Hunter x Hunter, so obviously I like the name.
So
I'm not the
I
right
think
person to
I
ask.
think the reason I'm not the biggest I think the reason it sits weird with me is because it's just Godspeed.
I think
There's nothing
wait,
else to it.
Wait. Okay, let me go search up the extra name for it because it does have an extra name, just like Bungee Gum. Bungee Gum's full legal name is Elastic Love Bungee Gum, but nobody calls him that. He only gets called that when his mother is pissed. Listen up here, Elastic Love Bungee Gum.
Wait, okay, so Bungee Gum is the name of a person.
No,
it's a
that's
power.
you being silly.
That's what you just made it sound like.
Bungee Gum. Bungee Gum is the name of a power, and an Elastic Love Bungee Gum is the name of the actual whole power thing. But nobody actually calls it that. Everybody calls it Bungee Gum, even in story. Okay.
Ugh.
So
I can see Aspen's point. I can see Aspen's point
Killua.
there.
Okay. Godspeed is cool. When I separate the Godspeed, people say to each other as in good luck or something. Right, see? Godspeed Killua. Okay, what's the name of that? Well, what's the name of that? Killua name. There we go. Godspeed. Oh shit, wait. Okay, his name. Okay. Okay, found it here. Okay, so what is his fucking...
They don't want to tell you.
They don't want to tell me. I think...
Or in context, I suppose you could say, because everything, like every single one of this, when you read the actual manga or you watch the anime, you have to understand in context, it's either like written in Japanese or because it is originally in Japanese and they use a lot of English names, it's supposed to be like use a Japanese person. Oh, that sounds cool because English is not their first language.
Right.
That kind of
Yeah.
It's me
So
when
you have to
I say-
understand in that context as well, like especially like Gon's power is literally rock paper scissors, but when you hear the Japanese name, you don't immediately think that. For example, it's all based on context, in my opinion.
Yeah, me when I say Reizoko, it's literally the refrigerator.
Yeah, I think that's the
Here.
thing. I think that's the thing I'm kind of set up on is that I
Okay.
know that when you hear it and when you hear it in Japanese, it's
Okay.
probably very, very different.
Oh, the voice actors in English do so good with making sound Godspeed sound so cool. Godspeed, and then Hisoka fucking says elastic love, also known as bungee gum. Oh my god, he fucking says it so weirdly. Oh my god. Okay, here. Here's some cool names from fucking Killua's moveset. Lightning Palm. Okay. Thunderbolt's kind of cringe, but like Thunderbolt, Godspeed Bolt, Awakening, or something. Yeah. There we go. So that's the vibe. Okay. Hot take: Bungee Gum sounds really cool. Mine's disgusting idea of chewing
gum, you just
using as a grappling
this-
hook. Well, I mean, it's fitting
this-
for the character.
This was exactly what my thought was. It's like it sounds kind of cool, but then I'm like bungee gum, and I was like,
Okay, there's also
No.
another one called Texture Surprise.
what?
Texture Surprise.
No, I don't want a texture surprise. Thank you very much. I like knowing what my food tastes like.
Perfect. That means you get it. You get the vibe. You feel disgusted. That's Hisoka's. There we go.
Wonderful.
Chat, I do hope that you take the time to listen to the songs that I've that I caught up here for you guys, because there's what do you call this? I got songs for you. Look at that. They have character songs and they have voice claims too.
Autism censor issues, yeah.
This
Valid.
This is understandable. Those are
Very valid.
There we go. Lovely. Look at him. He's so fucking pretty. There we go. Okay, in 2 minutes I do have to skedaddle, so I guess we should close up. What do you think? What do you think of your first talking time here, Aspen? Tomorrow I'm gonna have a
First?
stream. Yeah, talking time, right?
Wait, stream tomorrow?
Yeah, I have stream tomorrow. It's a Friday.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because I needed to get the Final Fantasy one. Because I do wanna get everybody's like thrones and Sabaton promises, like done as soon as possible. So we're gonna play Final Fantasy 9 tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty.
Oh,
okay.
2 hours earlier as well.
And I think it was pretty. Somehow I only talk when chaotic, but I love that. Thank you. We're always here for some chaos. Okay. Who should we raid? Chat, if you have some friends of yours, go tell them about how insane I am or something. Yo. Yeah, we are.
Sadly, I don't think any of the ones I usually would go to
Yeah.
is live.
The
on
time zones are
Thursdays.
not well. Yeah, no one I know is online right now. It's not a reasonable hour to be streaming.
Understandable. The time
Yeah.
zones are not cooking. TM. Don't worry.
Could
I got
always
you,
could,
fam.
could always go with a classic.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at where we have here. I'm gonna go.
Because
Look
I see a Goldie live.
I recently
but-
raided Goldie, so I gotta go hunt down somebody. How about we raid? We could raid Cosmo. I usually raid Cosmo a lot, but you guys will have to explain how insane I went. Okay, you have to explain my insanity to them. I'm worried about that. Okay, we can do it. Yeah, sure. Let's go talk to Cosmo, because I like talking to Cosmo. There we go. Time to gloat in third person about how cool Biscry is on Twitter. Thank you, thank you. Yes.
Jesus. In the third person about how cool Biscuit is.
Yes. Biscry is so cool. Aspen, talk to Biscry.
Biscuit is
Wow.
pestery.
Oh my god, that was the first time anybody said that. That's lovely. Great. Go
That's a crime.
right? People
That's
should
a
be worshipping me at my feet at every moment in life.
How do you feel that I can give you I can do 4 kiss redeems? Like right now.
You're gonna be broke. You're gonna regret it.
Yeah, I am. I'm not doing it. I need the points. I
Uh-huh. Okay, okay.
need the points.
So let's do the soup raid. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. But we're good. Oh fuck, why is it 7 a.m.
No.
EST? Yeah, but yeah, same time than earlier. Fucking 10 p.m. Yeah.
Same
Biscuit
time than
is my
earlier.
bestie. Thank you. Yeah, same time. Basically 10 p.m. GMT plus 8, 9 a.m. EST. Okay. Okay, let's go. Also, with that, thank you so much for listening. Remember, chat, to everybody who finished my and listening to me entirely for like start to finish, you guys are like legally allowed to like propose to me now. Thanks. So with that being said, would you guys like to say bye bye humans with me in
Of
3,
course.
2, 1. Bye
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 bye,
humans.
humans.
Woo! Bye.